Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It means we got a little bit of AEW Dynamite tonight. We're going to get into all the action. We're going to blow up this chat tonight, talk all about the wrestling. So much to get into from the beautiful province of Quebec, the city of Montreal. We're going to get into some Canadian matchups, some more Continental Classic. We got so much to get into. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. It's going to be a fun one. The show is stacked. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are back at it again, folks. We are live. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just passed 3.1K subscribers, and we are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We just do it on a different level, folks. It's just the way it is. So we appreciate you for joining us tonight. We got about 15 minutes to go before we get into the action, before we get the pyro and all the fun stuff. Like I said, live from Montreal, up north in my neck of the woods of Canada tonight. Going to be a fun one. Can't wait to see what they have for us. And like I said in the intro, the show is stacked. There is a lot going on. There is a lot to talk about. And I see this chat already filling up. I'm going to say hi to you folks in a moment, but we're looking at a bunch of different things here tonight. Jay White, Jay Lethal, the Battle of the Jays. KJ says, I approve. Very interesting. Jay Lethal hasn't won anything in this tournament or much at all. Jay White, I mean, we've seen what happened with Jay White with MJF. He seems to have moved past that. So where does this fall? Very interesting matchup. John Moxley, Roosh. I'm really curious about this. This feels like the no-sell King and the no-sell Roosh going to take on each other. So I'm really curious how this match will play out. And then, of course, Swerve Strickland, one of the favorites, taking on Mark Briscoe, also looking for his first win in this tournament. Then we get Toni Storm. She invited everybody to tonight's event, if you will, as Toni takes on Skye Blue for the championship. And then Adam Copeland taking on Christian in their, home country. This is going to be a good one. Lots to talk about with this. And again, we'll talk about the free TV versus pay-per-view angle, as we get through the show tonight. We're also getting MJF, Samoa Joe against two mystery opponents as booked by the Masked Man. Yeah, that's right, folks. The Masked Man is making matches in AEW. So we will look forward to that. But I admit, I am excited. I can't wait to see what they bring on to the table tonight. There is a lot happening on this show. So, yeah, we will find out. I'm going to say hello to some of the people real quick. But, yeah, a lot to get into. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Big shout out to Nick, Anthony, and Luna and everyone else out there. I hope everyone's doing well. Hump Day in the books. We're going to cap it off with a little bit of wrestling. Do not forget, we're back tomorrow for Impact. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, the last few impacts as it goes to TNA. Friday is a doubleheader. Myself, Big Nick, will be taking on SmackDown and Rampage. Plus Saturday, triple header. That you heard me. We got 3 shows. We got Collision. We got Impact. We got NXT Deadline. There is so much going on Saturday. Who else could we fit into the show? We don't know, but we might try to fit somewhere else into it. You got to appreciate the good English there. But that all being said, Saturday is stacked. Sunday, we're coming back for some more original content, and then back through another week as we head through this holiday season. And like I said, I hope everyone out there is doing well, doing wonderful, feeling good. And yeah, let's say a hello to some of the people. Boston, I will admit, you popped me before I even went live tonight because that made me laugh. I'm looking forward to seeing what Damien is looking forward to. Well, wait no longer. Looking forward to Strickland versus Mark Briscoe. I'm really looking forward to this match between Swerve Strickland, Mark Briscoe. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. I believe that Mark Briscoe has deserved better in AEW. I think he's an extremely talented wrestler. I think he's an extremely talented personality. And I mean, you have a built-in story. You have a reason for people to champion Mark Briscoe. You have a reason for people to get behind Mark Briscoe. I equate it to very similar to that organic, you know, storytelling, which you kind of get with Eddie and fighting from the bottom and fighting from heartbreak and fighting from tragedy to make something out of it. I don't know. I feel like Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal have kind of been put in this tournament just to take L's, like Daniel Garcia. Now, I could be wrong. We've still got a few matches to go. I would be shocked if Swerve Strickland loses this match. And this is usually the point where my partner starts reminding everybody we swerve when we drive around here. But yeah, welcome back, Damien. Big Nick just saying, join our Discord. Don't forget about that. Also, shout out to all the new members. Yeah, the memberships are growing. We're working on some members only content. I know I've been saying that for a hot minute, but you do get your emojis. You do get your highlighted priority question chat messaging. So make sure you do that. Don't forget the super chats, the super stickers. It's something we always ask. If you're feeling generous, help support the channel. All these pay-per-views and all these subscriptions are not free or cheap. But yeah, get in the chat. Say hello. Don't be a stranger. We're back with Damien. He's got a little bit more. Did you see the QR code behind Byron Saxton? And it said, I will see you at deadline, essentially. And I heard the voice. It sounded like Cora Jade. I think it's Cora Jade. A lot of people think it's Cora Jade. It'd be surprising if it wasn't Cora Jade. Nikita Lyons came back on Tuesday last night. So it's not her. Could it be someone else that we don't expect? I don't think so. Maybe. But I think it's Cora Jade. I really do. So we'll see what happens with that. Toni, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you are wonderful. If Bonkers, welcome back. If Cora helps Roxanne, why they have a few months ago and put the tag titles in the bin as well. I do not believe if Cora is coming back, it would be to help Roxanne. I'm not sure what made you feel that way. Maybe I'm missing something. But Bonkers, I truly think if she's coming back, and we've even seen on social media some issues between Cora and Roxy. That's where I'm leaning. That's where I think it's going to take place. So, yeah, could it be Cora? Yes. Am I thrilled? I don't know. I don't know. Cora, to me, got pushed faster than she was ready for prior. Remember, she got the pinfall War Games last year or the year before now. But anyway, either way, she gets the pin. She gets a push. She gets a championship. Then it kind of just fluttered. So I don't know about Cora Jade. Now, Cora Jade's been gone for quite a while, changed a lot. She seems to have matured a lot in one way or the other. And realistically, we'll see. I'll see what she brings to the table. I didn't necessarily love what she was bringing to the table originally. It came off very whiny, very bratty, but not in a good way. More get off my screen, go home kind of vibes to it. So we'll see, Bonkers, but welcome back. Mega, good to see you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yep, we got about 7 minutes according to my countdown. Steve G, always a pleasure. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? How you doing? I want to call you Bobby Digital, to be honest. Mega, go Canada, go. Yay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. And it's very interesting. We'll talk about it as we go through the night, but lots of talk about ticket sales in Canada. Apparently now shows for 2024 are being either pulled or reconsidered, which is very interesting. Canada is a great market for wrestling. It always does well here. I found it very surprising that if AEW is having trouble selling tickets to Montreal, I mean, that to me is a very big indication that ticket sales are really, really struggling. I get some of the places they go a lot and might not be that inclined to go to another show. But when you come to Montreal, when you come to Toronto, when you go to Calgary, when you go out west, those places sell tickets. We love our wrestling. And I saw some of the video from the tape show last night, which is still, I don't know if anyone out there knows. I don't. Maybe I should. But why did they tape Collision last night? I have no idea what the reasoning behind that was. But nonetheless, yeah, very empty building. It doesn't good optically, it doesn't look good. I still think they would do a lot better coming and doing shows in smaller venues. You don't have to be at Scotiabank. You can be down the road at what used to be Rico. I think it's Coca-Cola now. And the same thing with Montreal. There's a lot of good venues. There's a lot of junior arenas, which is almost fitting for AEW at times. But yeah, go Canada, go. I have no idea what they're going to do. Happy hump day, KJ. I injured my orbital bone on Tuesday in Canada, so go easy on me. C Money. Yeah. Are you okay? Are you okay? You're not the only one. We've had some talks. I mean, when you wrestle with an eye patch, it's probably a little bit unsafe. Mixed reports about this. Now, I haven't seen the incident. I saw little clips, but I haven't seen how it played out. It originally was reported that he was potentially hurt. Then I believe it was SRS came out and said, nope, it was just a work. Don't worry. He's fine. He's still wrestling. I don't know. I really don't know. We've talked a lot about Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, as much as we love him. One of the best wrestlers of our generation, I believe. An outstanding man in and out of the ring, but he just seems at this point of his career a little bit fragile. Maybe you disagree with me on that, but to me, he just seems to, broken orbital bone, broken arm, concussion potentially. Like he was on the shelf for years, made a triumphant return, similar to Adam Copeland Edge, who we're going to see here tonight. I really hope he's okay because again, if Danielson can't go for World's End, if he can't go for this tournament, if he can't go for other plans they have for him, then what are you going to do? Right? We're already talking about him making challenges. He wants to take on the Rainmaker again, but what if he's not healthy? And what if he just can't do it? I know there's been talk about he said he was going to retire, in a year because of his daughter. I believe that. Does that mean he doesn't do some part-time stuff? He'll probably do some part-time stuff. I don't know if he'll ever fully quit. Tony Khan's outright said that if the company if anything happened to Tony, that the keys to the building are being given to Daniel. So very interesting. Maybe he's getting to that point, and maybe he's past that point where he's just legitimately now in 2023 on the doorstep of 2024. Maybe he's just better off in the back. I would hate to not see him wrestle anymore. I like when he wrestles. But again, he's got to think about his health and well-being. And whatever the reasons are, he seems to be taking a lot of trips to the local medical facilities. So I don't know what's up with that. Dun, dun, dun. Bash Aid. Hi, KJ and Ghost Big Nick. Don't worry. He's always around. He's always there. He's like the spirit of wrestling past. What up, brah? What's going on? What's going on? As people say hello to each other. I love it. Keyshawn, I forgot it's Wednesday. How do you forget it's Wednesday? It's Dynamite night. It has to be Wednesday. But I'm surprised your first comment didn't have anything to do with Jeff Jarrett, to be honest, Keyshawn. But welcome back. Richard Jr., what's on your mind here? As I got about 2 minutes. I'm getting the closing credits for some Peyton Manning show, which is crazy. Spent the last 25 minutes listening to facts about the Statue of Liberty and the Statue of Liberty play. So that's always interesting. Even though Nick is busy, Wrestling for Life Network is the tag team live streaming champions of the world. Let's begin AEW Dynamite to get the popcorns ready and grab some snacks. Richard, I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's kind of like any other tag team. Dax Hardwood every once in a while gets in that ring does a singles match, and that's all right. They're still brothers and tag team at heart, and Nick and I will happily take the title of tag team champions. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to splurge and get some belts one day, but I thank you for the compliment. And as I always say, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, whatever you got to do to put a smile on your face, do it, and get ready for some wrestling. I got about 1 minute on the clock now. A good old Canadian slobber knocker. I'm really interested in how they're going to do this. I do think the payoff is going to be at World's End. The fact that people get mad about whether a show, like we see it a lot. The critics are like, "Oh, I can't believe they're doing this on free TV." I don't get that premise because I grew up. I mean, the bulk of the major success of WWE Raw and WCW Nitro was giving us really good matches. They had to one up each other. You get title changes, you get big moments on weekly shows. And here we go. I'm getting the opening right now, ladies and gentlemen. So I will remind you, get in that chat, say hello. Let's blow this one up. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. And let's enjoy this Dynamite. As I've mentioned a couple times, it is a stacked night tonight. Really, looking at this card, there's been a lot of Dynamite cards where I'm like, oh, I don't know. Tonight is really good. I'm really intrigued by a lot of what's going to happen. And the big Woo logo is still up, if anyone's wondering. And we'll talk about that as well. I really want to touch on that because Toni did a little bit of business this week. And again, kind of spoke too much. And I'll explain why later. Remind me to bring up the Woo problems. See Money just waiting for Abaddon. Is Abaddon's going to wrestle on Collision? Is she not? She wrestling tonight? I didn't think she was on the docket for tonight. Do we get a no contest with Edge and Christian? CM Unk. I love the name. I love the name. Do we get Edge and yeah, I think maybe a no contest. Nick Wayne's mom, maybe the Lucha Dragon comes back. I don't know. We'll find out. But I would imagine that this is only the beginning. They're only scratching the surface. It is one of the best storylines. It writes itself when you have two guys that have known each other for 40 years. So I think this is only the beginning. We will see where this goes from here. Ava Rain, better booker than the Masked Devil. There you go. Ava Rain doing a lot of booking lately, a lot of in and out of Mr. Michael's office. So yeah, it's so funny to see the powered by Woo energy on the screen everywhere. I think it's distracting. I think it's unnecessary. What's up, King Jordan? How you doing? As here comes Moxley. Wild Thing is in the house. We're kicking off the show tonight. Moxley and Roosh. This should be a hard-hitting, minimal selling match, but definitely has potential to kick off Dynamite with a lot of energy, with a lot of good vibes. So, yeah, let me know who you're taking. If you're new here, we take a prediction on every match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So stick around. We want to know how you, the fans, feel about the shows. I hear what the experts think. We hear what the other podcasters think. I want to know what you guys think. Rest in peace, Norman Lear. R.I.P. T's and P's, Eric. Welcome back. Scott, good to see you. Just in case I didn't say it. Keyshawn, hello. Where Big Nick says, Keyshawn, you should know better by now. But if you look down, he's there somewhere. That sounded wrong. Pause. Keyshawn, hello. Is it me you're looking for? Well, yeah, Moxley coming out. It's very interesting that, you see an entrance, you see the guy get on the apron, and he's playing his back to the cam. It's a very interesting take. Now, we kind of know why that's happening. It's just a weird optic of staring at the back of someone's head. Damian, Ethan Page versus Kenny Omega is Saturday on Collision. Yes, one of the taped matches. And again, I don't know the outcome of this match. I can guess, and I'm pretty sure I'll be accurate. But yeah, Ethan Page showed up, said, hey, I'm Canadian. I'm going to challenge Kenny Omega. I'm a little surprised. I like Ethan Page. I just don't think he has been booked in a way that he could just walk out and say, I'm going to challenge one of the best in the company and get it obliged. But here comes Los Ingobernables. Again, minorly underused lately, but Roosh has been doing good. I believe. Let me see if I can pull it up. Does Roosh have 1 or 2 wins in this tournament already? AEW Continental Classic. Dun 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 dun. Oh, look at that. Roosh 1-1. So 1 win, 1 loss. So this is actually a pretty important match for Roosh. Moxley's selling at 2-0. So yeah, a big match for Roosh. I still think, and you guys can let me know how you feel about it out there. I believe that they're still setting up the BCC to be at least 2 members of the Final Four. if not 3. I really think that this is like the BCC tournament. If Brian's healthy and can keep going, great. But I do feel like it's kind of going that way. And I don't know if Moxley's going to lose, but I will take your predictions right now. Dun dun dun. Yes. What's up, Karen? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Are you ready? Steve G giving some love out. Trey, good to see ya. Dun dun dun. Nick dropped that below for you, big guy. Don't forget, we do have a Discord. I'm gonna take Mox. I think Roosh beating Mox at this time would be an upset. But I'd be happy about it, to be honest. Roosh, ooh. Belly to belly, and then a drop kick to start this one off. Mox feeling it as he rolls out to the floor. Fightful Select had reported that Kyle O'Reilly's been backstage in AEW. Yeah, I've read those reports. I've also read that the story is that he's nowhere near returning. So we'll see. I still don't believe that Adam Cole's hurt. We're curious about. I know O'Reilly had been on the shelf for a long time, so I kind of find it funny that these reports are coming out of like we've seen O'Reilly, yet we're going to get a mystery tag team where we're seem to be building towards revealing the masked man sooner than later. Very curious times. Now it could just be a red herring to throw us off. Very possible. When is Jeff Jarrett defending the Leatherface title? I want fans to know. I'm with you, Keyshawn. They need to know this kind of thing. But yeah, no announcement yet on the Leatherface title. Just hear me out. But the devil could be Swerve and the group he was in if it's not Cole. Easy Bake, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know how I feel about that. Again, I mean, I feel like there has to be some storytelling, some continuity to that angle. If you're going to have the double, well, Moxley and Roosh are fighting in the corridor, up in the fans. Ole, 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 ole. That song makes me cringe, by the way, as a Toronto person. Big kick from Roosh. Moxley took a seat, and Roosh said, okay. It was an odd choice. Is there no count out? What did I miss? Oh. A beer to the face, I think that was. Taz just said the Montreal Canadiens are always fighting. That's not true. That's not true. Other hockey teams fight a lot. Montreal doesn't. I'd use a word that I want to use, but I can't. Christian will screw Edge and beats him. Yeah, it's possible. I just don't believe that tonight is the finality of this. And I'm grateful to Tony Khan. If you look at this, you look at what the shows are doing. Monday stacked up. There was a lot going on Monday. Tonight, there's a lot going on. It's all this buzz right now with wrestling. It's forcing both companies to step their game up. Tonight's got a lot of good matches. And if we're getting this on free TV, I don't imagine it's the final, the crescendo of all this. I really don't, but we will see. As Roosh all over Moxley. Oh. Fakes the drop kick and then gets cheeky. And there you go. Tranquilo. What's up, Bashade? How you doing? How you doing, by the way? I'm saying hi, bro. What's up, Eric? How you doing? Hey, KJ White and Big Nick. Woo! You on that woo, Jordan? You getting that woo energy? The whole show powered by it now. KJ, will we get the double? I don't believe so. You can't pay off the double now. Like, the double's got to be a big payoff. It's got to be a main event moment, I think. And especially because it's revolved around MJF. I mean, there's still Britt Baker's out there as a rumor. People are still saying Jack Perry, but it can't be. It cannot be. Samoa Joe, MJF's a possibility, even though I think that's highly unlikely at this point. I mean, we got options, but do I think we get it now? No. I'm imagining that the mystery tag team they're going to wrestle are going to wrestle in disguise, because if we find out who the friends are, it's going to help us figure out who he is, I suppose. So we'll see. But I don't think we get a full reveal till World's End. Angel Flores, soy boricua. Okay. Good evening, Larry Mack. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome back. Alexis, Mox for the win. I'll take it. Mix. Oh, Mox for the win. Needs to be champ again. Ooh, Steve G. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think Moxley needs a vacay, buddy. And that's fine. If you like Mox, that's great. I have a brother I argue about that with all the time. I don't like Mox. I think he's worn thin on me. I've seen it. He doesn't sell anything. He doesn't even do his moves very convincingly anymore. Big suplex, though. I take that back. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Moxie's grown old for me. Like, I just feel like you could just replay, every match or every promo, and it's just the same and the same and the same. I want to love him. I used to like him a lot more. And now we're exchanging elbows. Crowd went quiet. Roosh will win. I don't know, Karen. We'll see. That's a bold statement. The arena looks full. That side looks full. I'll tell you right now, 4,000 people, if they hit 4,000, which I don't think they did, that's not a full building in Montreal. But yes, they did a very good job of shoving everybody into the ringside area. So Woo Energy Drink paying Flair to appear on AEW, not TK. Yes, I want to talk about this. We are in picture-in-picture right now. So C Money, thank you for bringing that up. And anybody else who's just popping in, make sure you get in that chat. Say hello. I will get to you, believe it or not, sooner than later. But yes, so Toni comes out and says, whoa, everybody. I am not paying Ric Flair. Ric Flair is being paid per appearance by Woo. It's like a sponsorship. That's how we're running this. And a lot of people are like, oh. And I think Toni at the time, as we just did with the Daniel Bryan disciplinary story, I think it's Toni's way of trying to get out of the heat. But here's the thing. When Ric Flair showed up, you made it a big deal. You pre-announced it. You put up the post that said Ric Flair is all elite. So now that there's some heat with Flair, as there always is, you separate yourself from that situation. To me, that's a sign of a weak leader. No offense, Toni, but it lacks balls, to be blunt about it. We watched, if you want to make the comparable, we've watched Vince McMahon for decades make decisions, and whether we loved it or hated it, it was his. He owned it. I mean, he's the guy that walked in the dressing room, took a punch from Brett for what he did to Brett. You got to remember, yeah, okay, fine. So we're making revenue off this whole situation. Yeah, but if you're offending people and people don't want to participate anymore, then you're losing money. So is the deal really worth the value that you think it is? Maybe not. But I find it very interesting that this is a few times now that Tony Khan, when shit gets noisy, he throws his hands up. Oh, it wasn't me. Well, sorry, you know what, Tony? You're wearing the C on your shirt. You are the captain of the ship. You are the one that's got to direct the way. And I believe this falls into my category of say less. You didn't need to come out and say that. Just shut up and let things blow over. Let things handle things internally. And I think multiple times now he's made an attempt with a public statement or, things leaking out where he's trying to save face. But to me, it just buries him further. The idea that he's not paying Flair, it's some deal, doesn't matter. You still signed a contract with Ric Flair. You still have him on your TV. A lot of your fan base doesn't love the idea, a new selection. And listen, I personally didn't get the outrage of what he said. I still don't. However, some people didn't like it. That's Flair in a nutshell. I don't know what to tell you, but you can't just say, well, wait a minute, I'm not paying him, but you're still booking him to be out there. You're still okay with it. And like I said, you championed it because you thought it was going to be great for business. You thought Flair coming to AEW was going to move the needle. And it just in 2023, it's not moving the needle the way you thought it would. Now I got Flair's face plastered everywhere, and a big chunk of your fan base is offended by even looking at it. Mox versus Roosh tie. You go to a 20-minute draw, JV. I could see that. Actually, I could see that, sir. I kind of like that. And you know, a way for Roosh, who Tony's big on, made a big deal about re-signing him. Moxley being Moxley, you might have something here. Oh, oh, that didn't go well. They tried to go for a pile driver, it just flopped. But he hit the second one. He hit the second one. Yeah, that cross chest, the locking pile driver did not work. What's up? What's up? What's up, Kyle? Good to see you. What's going on, Angel? How you doing? How you doing? Mox for the win. Never fear, Larry is here. Larry, it's good to see you again. Damon's in the house. Missing Dynamite tonight at an NBA game. Damien, all right. What game? I don't even know if you're still listening out there, but what game are you at? For the record, I'm Big Nick Lewinsky. Pause. I did not have sexual relations with that streamer. We were up all night. Anyway, back to pausing on everything. No spoilers in regards to Saturday. Yeah, I don't want to hear any spoilers. If you guys are new here, it is a spoiler-free zone. Nick and I do everything we can to avoid knowing. I know Luna and Anthony do too for Impact. We don't appreciate the spoilers. We want to react live. So knowing what happened defeats that purpose. As Rouge dives to the outside, both men down. How didn't they get counted out earlier? What did I miss? Steve G again. Roosh B. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that? I think I just clicked on one by accident. Justin Michaels, welcome back. Match has been pretty good. I'm not jumping out of my seat yet, but pretty good. Pretty good. Now we get a count out. They were just in the fucking audience fighting. Not one finger got counted. Not one finger went up in the air. Now they're 2 feet from the ring laying down. Both men beat it in at 9.5. Okay. I'm favoring Roosh. In Canada, it only seems fitting that Rush takes a win, but we'll figure it out. I think that this tournament is set for so Swerve can be the standout. Possibly, I could see Swerve being there in the end. I really could. It just felt like, I mean, maybe just because of the way they announced it, having Brian on commentary while he was injured, it feels like Brian's tournament to lose. AEW tournaments aren't here for to build new people. It's for the top guys. Essentially, that's the way it should be. And it's funny, I Bully Ray on Busted Open kind of took a little bit of great minds think alike, because I pitched here with you guys with Tony struggling with his booking. Maybe you expand the tournament format, and then you could maybe you set up some type of regular what's the word I'm looking for? Some type of regulation system where you can figure out, if you're in the bottom, you get knocked. Relegation was the word I was looking for. Thank you. You have a relegation system where you figure out, you take the bottom 2, maybe they get dropped down to a lower division. I don't know what that means if you don't see them, or they only compete against, certain Group A and Group B, or, your Premier League and your B League. I wonder if that helps, because at least what I would say with the Continental Classic over the last few weeks, and I'm not a big lover of the tournament style. I'm not. I'm very story driven. Oh, big boot, paradigm suplex, and a kick out, right into the choke. Thought he was going to go into the bulldog, but no, taking a page out of Samoa Joe's book. Kohina clutch. Building up Rouge is better for the company. Well, it was a big deal when you signed him, and now there you go. Moxley just dusted him. Oh, and Rouge is okay right away. Rouge just no-sold the choke. They tapped him out, and then he jumped right up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, no, they really should be building up Roosh. I agree with you, Karen. And again, we've seen Moxley for 4 years now. I think Moxley can dial back, but Moxley not only beats Roosh, I think he beat him in an embarrassing fashion, to be 100% honest. And I really do believe that if you're going to get choked out, you got to lay there for at least 15 seconds, 10 maybe. You got to sell it a little. I didn't mind that match. I thought that match was a little slow, a little clunky. And again, I'm not really into what Moxley's doing because none of it gets sold. So I'm not like, oh, what a move. Like, I understand some people will watch that and go, what a great match. It was a good match, but you didn't sell me on anything. Not even the finish. Bryan versus Roosh would be better, possibly. As we're getting a video package taking us back the history of Jay White and Jay Lethal. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I heard reports right back in the... Yeah, you're just messing with my emotions at this point. If Ryback was in the back, he would have already tripped and fallen and broke the screen or fell through the fucking rampway or injured 3 people on the way by. I mean, let's just take that as the joke that it is. Exit the Warrior. Today's time. Oh, it's so funny because I'm not talking lyrics, but yeah, I like that. I like that. Shout out to Tom Sawyer. Swerve and Rouge, House of Black. Is that like Swerve, Rouge, House of Black all need pushed? Yeah. Malachi Black. I mean, I would love to see Malachi Black in this tournament being utilized as, you have Murphy and Brody as the tag team, and then you have Malachi as the leader, the number one guy, the top of the food chain for the House of Black. That actually is a badass that wins matches, that beats the shit out of people. Doesn't happen enough. Interesting. Renee Paquette on the... You notice the broken glass in Roddy's... do you guys notice the broken glass in Roddy's video here? Maybe it's always been that way. But interesting. But Roderick's here. The crowd chanting at him or yelling at him at this point. Shout out to the dude in a what shirt? Renee! Fightful Select is reporting that Jack Perry on long suspended. No, I heard he's back from that suspension, Damien. I heard they don't know what the fuck to do with him, and they're right, because you got to dig into him being a heel, but even that, I don't know if he's convincing enough. I don't know what you do with Jack Perry. I would have fired him with Punk, to be 100% honest with you. Jack Perry, to me, doesn't bring a whole lot to the table right now. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, shit, this match is crazy. See, some people are going to feel that way. I didn't love that match. Keyshawn, just wait for it. It'll happen. If it happens, I'm telling you, it's a draw. Not this time. Close. But Moxley, again, I just expect Moxley going to keep kicking ass. Like, he's all but, what is he, 3-0 in this tournament now? I mean, he's all but ready to go to the next round. Is it an HB match? Yeah, no, it was not. It was not. Roddy's up. Coincidence? I don't know what the hell the crowd's chanting right now. What is the crowd chanting right now? So he's sick of the wheelchair. Taven. Bennett looks like he's trying to hold his shit together. Oh, broke that. There you go. The Roderick Strong pipe bomb. Ironic timing that Roddy all of a sudden doesn't want the wheelchair anymore. Roosh took a guy's beer, and yes, he did. Now, as far as I know, in AEW, you got to get that cleared before you do it. Roosh could be in trouble. But yes, they went up into the crowd. It was unnecessary for the match, to be 100% honest, Justin. Again, I didn't hate the opening match. I just want to feel a little more. And I find that with a lot of the Moxley matches. It was a series of, it was almost like watching two guys practice wrestling because nobody's really selling. They're doing the stuff, but nobody's into it. And the fact that, like, Moxley choked him out, the ref called for the bell. The minute you get a ding ding, Roosh is like, fixing his hair. You got to give me a bit more. Maybe I'm just too picky. Maybe I expect too much of my wrestling, but yeah, you got to give me more. You got to give me more. I need a new invite. The last one expired. Click the link, copy, paste. You're good to go. KJ, is that what it's all about? Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's like the hokey pokey. What's up, Chair? What's up? What's up? What's up? Mox just making Roosh look good. I don't think that made Roosh look good. He took an L and he got choked out. That didn't, like, to me, that finish doesn't help Roosh at all. I thought it was very like, oh, great. You got this big badass. He's a big deal. We should respect him. We should fear him. He barely put a dent in Moxley. He threw his best shit at Moxley, and Moxley didn't even flinch and then just choked him out. I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that. Roosh, the Tom Sawyer of the match. He's a modern day warrior. Mean guy. I like that. Mox might argue that it's him, but that's a way to put it. Swerve is on a one-way train to being turned face. He should be turned face. I'm with you on that. I think this cup is set so he can be a standout. AEW needs to get behind Swerve just in case MJF doesn't re-sign. I will say that I think MJF's already re-signed. I've said that for a long time, but if he's not, valid. I think you're right in your logic, JV. I think the way you're approaching it is correct. I just don't know if AEW will do it. That's why I'm getting this feeling of, like, could it be 3 members of the BCC in the Final Four? That seems more AEW as of late than Swerve, Kingston. Like, we got to talk about Eddie Kingston. I mean, he's on the verge of pretty much being mathematically screwed. And nobody likes to be mathematically screwed. Let's be real. Pause. Will Mox bleed? He did not bleed. I don't think. Maybe his mouth a little. Anybody? It better not be Jack Perry. Yeah, I'll be pissed. Jack who? Yeah, exactly. And that's it. I mean, what is, when you looked at the whole situation between Jack Perry and CM Punk, and again, it is what it is. But to me, letting Punk go because he might step on the Buck's toes or he might hurt Jack Perry's feelings, or, I mean, these are people that can't draw a fucking dime. They couldn't gain some change if they were a piggy bank. It's just the way it is. Here's Adam Page. Renee Paquette outside of, this is getting interesting. Could Adam Page be the devil? Could he be involved? He's wearing black. He's got leather. I don't see any butterflies on his pants. He was unable to fly for a couple of weeks, according to Page. Swerve, you broke into my home. Hey, man. Hello, Dale. How you doing? The link finally worked. Congrats. Oh, dude. Hello, Dale. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tony, we appreciate that. Yes, if you are just tuning in for the first time, our numbers are growing by the second. Make sure you join the family. I love the little wrestling family we've created here. So make sure you join us. Make sure you be a part of it. We're here 7 days a week, almost every single week of the year. We're like old school wrestlers. We just get booked all the damn time. Oh, we got Max. So it sounds like Paige isn't quite done with Swerve, which is interesting. 1-0, 0-1. I agree with Karen. 1-0. Is John a face or a heel? He's not in anything. That's what I mean. Like, John Moxley doesn't have, like, if I rank the top fucking 50 wrestlers right now, I don't know if I put Moxley in my top 20. And I know some people are going to hate me for saying that. I know some people are going to adamantly disagree with me. Mox, to me, is not a good wrestler. He's a great, like, let's go wrestle in my backyard guy. Ooh, MJF rubbing in the fact that he beat Adam Page for that diamond ring. I saw some middle fingers in the air, like they just don't care. They're talking to each other. Yes, they are. No. I've realized wrestling fans are allergic to optimism. Nah. I mean, in a large part, I mean, it's the same thing. We talk about this all the time. I mean, they're also allergic to just being happy. Be happy. Enjoy the wrestling. Like, tonight is stacked. You have every right to be skeptic of things until proven otherwise. But I mean, at the end of the day, enjoy it. Wow. MJF just accused Adam Page of being the devil. This is an interesting little side segment, guys. How we feeling about it? Now, Adam's accusing MJF of being the devil. Going back and forth on this one. Shout out to Renee in her starter's dress, apparently. Oh, Joe stepping in. Oh, they got to stop. He's my bitch. You don't touch my bitch. Definitely feels like a trade, both older guys, but CM Punk has been away from WWE for years, so fans definitely miss him while we had Edge for the last 4 years. Let me go back up and kind of read that. No, I would not have traded Punk for Edge. No offense to Edge. But again, I think Punk, whether we love him or hate him, Jey Uso just said it. He's up there with the tribal chief with as much buzz as moving the needle goes. Arguably, Punk moves it more than anybody out there. Edge is at the back part of his career, and I think the last couple years in WWE weren't great for him. In and out, spot booking, the Judgment Day originally didn't go well. He never really had anything great in the last little bit of WWE. And we talked about it from a rating standpoint, they've seemed to have dipped. I wouldn't have traded Edge for CM Punk. Unfortunately, no offense. I love Edge. Fellow Canadian, love Edge. I just wouldn't have made that trade. And here comes Swerve. Nana be dancing. And Brian Cage just standing there like, what am I doing? How did I get here? And I like it. Swerve coming out. He's got the look. He's got the attitude. Let's dance with Prince Nana. You got to make this guy a babyface because Nana gets so over with this dance. And he can still be grimy and gritty and have an edge as a babyface. And Mark Briscoe did not get an entrance. I don't know if Big Nick's still in the chat, but Mark Briscoe did not get an entrance. No, wow, jobber treatment from Mark. Dun, dun, dun. It was a decent match. I'm with you, Mega. Decent. That's a good way to put it. No way Roosh didn't pass out 100. Roosh mad at ref called. Yeah, but listen, Justin, if you've ever seen someone actually get choked out, I mean, that lickety split, I mean, I didn't like it. It just wasn't, he was instantly okay. And that's a problem for me. Now, again, nitpicky, maybe. But if you're going to sell me on these two big, strong guys that are just ripping each other's head off, you got to look like you went through war. Neither one of them did. It looked like a sparring session. No blood. No Mox. No block. No. That was okay. The one time Mox didn't bleed. 1-0. Should have been 15-minute match, not 20. I'm not going to, I mean, I don't think it matters whether it was 15, 19, 16. I just want it to be more, dig into that more. Dang, Rush no-sold the tap out. He got up pretty, instantly snapped his hair back. Instantly. There wasn't even a blink. If you were paying attention, ding, ding, and he snapped his head back like to fix his hair, get his hair out of his face. But I will take a prediction on Swerve and our buddy Mark Briscoe. And if you want to pay attention, Briscoe didn't get an entrance. The poor guy didn't even get an entrance. Hey, Larry. The match was just okay for me. See? And again, I think the match gets so much better if when you hit these moves, if Mox lays out and is struggling to get up and Roosh is doing the same, then you're like, oh shit, these guys are killing each other. This is great. But it's not that. It's like, I did a move. Now you do a move. Now I do a move. And you do a move. Just picky. Maybe picky. Maybe picky. So the selling was horrible in the match. Vince, maybe a little. Typical. As Taz defends the no-sell. Yeah. Because even Taz knows it was fucked up. You had to say something. Solid match. I feel Roosh needed to the win more. You're not wrong. Oh. Swerve bouncing back. Redneck Kung Fu. Big build from Mark. Big pop from as well. I think it's Mustafa Ali under the Devil's Mask. I think you instantly murder Ali's AEW career if he is the devil behind the mask, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. But yeah, that's a rough one. The crowd is not at AEW. What does that mean? The crowd is not at AEW. What does that mean? Is this a riddle? Richard, I'm not sure what you're asking, my friend. Alessandro, nope. Hey, what if Brian Alvarez is the devil? I'd fucking die. I still want it to be Tony Khan. I want Tony Khan to be the devil. And nobody, not many, have shared my dreams. Yeah, no, the theme song, everything, the package that is Swerve Strickland right now is outstanding. To be 100% honest, I think he should drop the embassy altogether. He doesn't need to be fucking around with Brian Cage. I know the Gates of Agony haven't been around. I think it should just be Swerve and Nana. And it works. It works. Kill switch engaged. Kyle O'Reilly has been spotted backstage lately. Facts. But he's got a lot of friends back there. It doesn't surprise me whether he's healthy or not, in all fairness. House of Black could be better than Judgment Day with proper booking. Larry, I completely agree. I think Brody Lee has all the potential to be a world champion. I think Malachi Black has the potential to be a world champion. Ooh, Swerve spitting on Mark. Buddy's a hell of a wrestler. I think he gets overlooked at times. I think the House of Black is phenomenal. And the most over person and the most properly booked person in the crew is Julia Hart. So figure that one out. I think you could have done a lot with them. They could have tormented, instead of doing this mask guy, have Malachi Black torture MJF and Adam Cole for a few months. And tell me that doesn't get over. You know, treat it like the old, if you're going to make MJF uber babyface, which you have, you treat it like Hogan versus Undertaker, right? Where you got the Undertaker stalking down Hogan till he gets that belt. Then he gets that belt, and Hogan had to get it back. That, to me, has so much legs to it. But I don't know. Malachi Black, to me, is one of those guys that I don't know if we'll see him in AEW for much, much longer. Look, it's the guy under the mask. More specifically, these three are clowns, 100%. That's how far back I am. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and work my way back up. Swerve for the win. Tony Khan is the devil. There you go, Mike. I'm with you. Come on. Let's go. Finally, some wrestling to watch this week. You missed a good one last night, to be 100% honest. Had some funny moments, but nonetheless, some good matches. And don't rule out Mondays. It was a better show than usual. But here we go. Crowd a little. As another match goes out to the crowd. So, yeah, I'd recommend they don't do this every match. 100%. Taz sold the no sell. He had to. I like the wrestler Roosh, but I'm not a fan of his finisher. Just blow drop kick. Pause. Should do more than one move. It's just me. Yeah. Again, I think Roosh is great. I really do. I think he brings a lot to the table. The leader of, I mean, he's kind of the leader of LGI, but they don't do much. They did that whole angle where they got kidnapped and shit. And you think that would be the start of like a really hard push. Didn't really come to fruition. And now he's 1-2 in the tournament, I believe. So where is he? Updated standings. We get Moxley 3-0-0 at 9 points. Roosh at 1-2, 3 points. So Roosh is at the bottom of this chart right now. And I mean, this is a guy, when you re-signed him, it was a bit of a big deal. We know his brother went to WWE. Some wondered if if Roosh would follow. Toni locks him up. I would like to see a little more out of Roosh. And at this point in AEW history, I think you need to freshen things up. Moxley can take some losses, and Moxley can put some other people over and legitimately put them over. I don't mean sit in the corner with, jobber face on when you got to do a job. Legitimately put people over. Dun, dun, dun. I like that you're happy. Swerve for the win. Jack is not there. I think it's still a mystery. We'll see. He got an entrail. What? Swerve for the win. Did he get an entrance? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You got an entrail. Okay, I got you. I think it got covered up with MJF and Adam Page. Can we do the gray character? Not good, not bad. Somewhere in the middle. Yeah, pretty much. And I honestly do. I've said this a lot of times, guys, and I know some people don't really always agree with this, but I think in an attempt to be kind of cool and hip, and you make all your wrestlers tweeners, the Bucks are kind of tweeners. Kenny flip-flops. Moxley, we're not really sure. The BCC, we're not really sure. When you have a large collection of tweeners, it really does hurt the product overall because there's not enough to divide into. As sports fans, we want a good guy and a bad guy. Like, we have our favorite team and everyone else sucks. And when an opposing team's coming to visit, we're cheering for our guys. We want the other guys to take the L. That's the way it is. So when you're kind of cheering for both teams, like if anybody out there, and I know a lot of you do, if you're watching football, hockey, basketball, baseball, whatever, and you're just watching because you like the sport, you're not that emotionally invested in it. You could be like, oh, wow, what a good game. But when it's your team, when it's the person that you've championed, when it's the person you want to see take the W, tell me that's not a better feeling. Tell me you're not more invested, more pulled in. And that's where in the middle, and I probably just went on a tangent completely unrelated to this comment, but that's what I see. That's what one of the things I think lacks with Dynamite. Why the ticket sales are struggling, why the week-to-week numbers are struggling a little bit, is because you can catch a lot of this on the flip side. As I always say, you don't necessarily have to tune in live or go to the shows because you're kind of just going to get what you get. You got to start having people show up to the building and really be one side to the other. And if you don't believe me, think of the people that have really gotten over lately, and whether it's a heel or a babyface. The Dom, what Dom's doing. He's 100% a heel. It's my problem with Drew McIntyre. 2 in between. Make a decision so we know whether we should cheer or boo. Figure it out. And that's not saying you can't have tweeners. You just can't have all the tweeners. Vitamin time. Go get them. Cheers. Imagine if the WWE goes to Warner Discovery for the media rights, then you'd have AEW and WWE under Warner Brother Discovery. Truthfully, Larry, I couldn't imagine that happening. The only way I could see that deal works out is if part of the deal was you can't have both of us. That from a WWE standpoint of, yes, you can have Monday Night Raw on Mondays, but we're not going to be on the same network. We're not going to share advertising. We don't want during Raw to be getting fucking Dynamite ads for this Wednesday. So there'd be some, if it ever happened, there'd be a lot of clauses and contingencies as far as I'm concerned. And I do believe that, because I still believe that TNT, Warner Brother Discovery, have a little skin in the game when it comes to AEW, and that might make them, a little bit hard to knock out of that relationship. Pause. Jack Perry works for me if it's not Mr. Khan. Yeah, I think it's got to be Adam Cole. I really do. I'll see how it plays out. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I know someone earlier joked that we can't be, but I think that the way everything got built with, all the vignettes of them going out on bro dates and playing video games and how much they loved each other, if it doesn't pay off in that direction, we got a problem. Now, a cool swerve would be if the Masked Man was somebody we didn't expect, but Adam was actually behind all of it. That might be interesting, right? Adam comes back to help save the day, and it turns out. But I think there needs to be a payoff. That was one of your best bits of storytelling in 2023 with no payoff, and maybe because Adam Cole is hurt, we haven't got that payoff. But at the end of the day, what other stories in AEW were really big stories in 2023? There's nothing bigger than the whole Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, MJF, Samoa Joe mix up. Nothing's been bigger. Nothing was built better. You turned MJF into a super baby face. You got him out here kangaroo kicking. There needs to be a payoff for that. Whew. John, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Briscoe for the upset. I don't see it. Oilers hockey starting soon. Go. Who are they playing tonight? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Money, he fits the type. Also, let me read that. I don't know what pocket in AEW Jack Perry fits in. He isn't main event worthy, and the TNT title has been elevated by Edge and Christian and past him. Maybe international title, OC needs an opponent. I guess this is where, if AEW, take Jack Perry, put him on Ring of Honor for a while. Let him work it out. Let the dust settle from Punk, because there's nothing you're going to do with Jack Perry. Wow, late two. Pretty good match, guys. Pretty good match. Now, in this match, we're getting a lot of what I didn't get in the first match of both these guys. Like, Swerve just got his head taken right off. 2 matches in a row, Bash. I got a bit of a pet peeve with that, but I'm not going to. We're okay. But yeah, I don't recommend, just stay in the ring. You're good. Jacob, welcome. If I was Booker, what would I do with Brian Cage? That one's a tricky one. Oh, roll through. Big kick by Swerve. House call. I was going to call it the drive-by. That's someone else's move. Swerve going up. I swerve when I fly. Knees up on the 450. Roll up. Wow. 2 3/4. I thought he had him. Brian Cage is tricky because I have issues with Brian Cage. I don't love Brian Cage. There he goes. Oh, going for the Froggy Bow. Blocked into a roll-up. I'm liking this. Yeah, Brian Cage is a tricky one for me. Like, Brian Cage essentially should be a badass. He's always in a faction. He loses, to small, tiny guys. Like, you should be booking Brian Cage the way you would book a Miro, even though he hasn't been booked well. But, he just dominates. Like, when you see him coming, you're like, oh, shit, someone's about to get fucked up. And I think too often that Brian Cage, like, it's great that Brian Cage can do flips and tricks, but when you do it every match, it's no longer like, oh, wow, we know you can do it. Just stomp some people. He needs to be more violent, more aggressive. Again, more of just a true heel if he's going to continue that road. I can't see him being a babyface. Death Valley Driver on the apron. There you go. Coup de grace. And it's over. Mark Briscoe dropping to 0-3, winless in the tournament. And Swerve joining John Moxley at 3-0. There you go. There you go. There you go. He's got 9 fingers up, 9 points on the board. Yeah, thank you, Taz. Taz said what I said. Nice suplex. Something AEW could use as a men's breakout tourney. Shine the spotlight on the guys who are newer but talented. But the guys who we will know will be nowhere near the title anytime soon. I still think, and I've said this a million times, I will continue to beat this drum. As an advocate and a fan of AEW, Ring of Honor is the place to do it. You take Friday Night Rampage, you make that a Ring of Honor show, and you put Jack Perry, you put Daniel Garcia, you put the young up-and-coming talent, the Billy Starks. You know, you could probably move on from Athena at this point and move her up. But you kind of create that NXT system, that feeder system, a place to put the talent that's not quite ready. So they're not just sitting around doing nothing, and then all of a sudden they're on your TV screen like, oh, here they are. So that's what my thought is. Maria May's on screen. Interesting. Mariah May seems to be planting some seeds, which I think that's too soon. Don't pay that off yet. Here comes Joe. So we're getting Joe and MJF now. Here we go. So I got some questions. As soon as I can get the tickle out of my goddamn throat, I got some questions. 1, is Joe and MJF going to win? 2, will we find out who they're facing? Oh, we're flickering. We're flickering. Briscoe for the upset win. Yeah, no, I'm behind clearly, but not good. Pause on the tickler. You pause on that tickler, sir. Uh-oh. We got company. We're not waiting for the champ. 3 men. 4 men. They're chanting. Lights are out. What is going on indeed? What do we got, folks? Oh, they're gone. The Devil's back. And MJF is taken out. MJF is not going to make this match. Damn it, says Joe. Boo, the crowd booing. They're not happy. Broken bottles scattered around. We got MJF looking like Mr. Burns. Who did it? Well, we don't know yet. So I guess we're not getting this tag match this week. Which seems a little weird because the Devil demanded the match. You think you'd want the match to go ahead. Am I wrong? I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like what they're doing with the Devil. I like now that it's more prominent, but you have 4 men come out. They huddle around the ring, lights out. Yeah. So MJF, I guess, again, sold a little bit of false goods on this one. They will win but the Devil Goons are randos. Quite possible, but apparently we're not even getting the match. Those bastards! Yeah. I loved how they left the bottle to blame Adam Page. Ooh, JV. That is an interesting take. Very interesting take. Okay. Planting seeds. I don't think it's Adam Page. However, that was a quite extended exchange for a guy not involved in the story. The Gimps 2.0, wonder if they'll will throw some of those vicious punches they're known for. You mean at the ground? No, I like that, Mike. That's funny. Oh my God, they killed MJF, you bastards. MJF ladied out. Cheers to that. Don't we all want to be ladied out? Who's under the mask? No idea. No idea. And I still think it's Adam Cole, but that's just me. Nice matching jackets for their bowling league pin, the pin pals. What was the church one? The Holy Rollers? Oh, pin pals is good though. The Devil's already going to be in. Yeah, apparently not. Join the Dark Order. If it's the Dark Order, I'll throw up everywhere. Live, I'll spew. So right now we are in commercial break, folks. I will take a second to remind everybody who's here with me right now. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. We are here all week long. We don't stop. We got Impact tomorrow. Friday, we get SmackDown and Rampage. Saturday, we get Deadline, NXT Deadline. I'm really looking forward to this one. It should be a lot of fun. We also get AEW Collision at its regular time, and we get the final Impact pay-per-view, final resolution. Should be a fun night, a stacked night. Myself and Nick are looking forward to it. Might have a little bit of tricks up our sleeve. You may see a little Luna and Anthony kicking around as well. And I think they're coming back on Sunday as well with more stuff. So don't forget, we're here 7 days a week, almost every single week. We just run it at a different pace. We run it at a different level. And I thank you for joining me here tonight. I hope you're enjoying Dynamite. Let me know what you're thinking about it. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. As we're getting a replay. I was wrong. Yeah, no shit. Cena. Let it be Cena. It's MJF. Nick's still dying for it to be MJF. If it's MJF, I think that's a bad move, my guy. But you think MJF, it's a rigged scene? You think? You think Mr. Burns shot himself? I don't know. MJF set the stage, made it look like, oh, I can't wrestle. I like that. And that's for the first time. I'm like, that's a very MJF thing to do. Oh, dude, it better not be MJF. Better not be Dark Order. I'd rather it be Joe. I think Miro will go back to WWE, possibly. Again, if you've been there before, and again, people always forget. Oh, Moxley looking fresh as a daisy. What is happening? Oh, how high are you, sir? No, you're not. You're the ace of the world. Fucking ass. There you go. Swerve. Okay. Listen, this is good for Swerve. I like this a lot, guys. If you're watching right now, this has got a good vibe to it. But if Moxley beats Swerve or it goes to a draw, I'm going to be pissed. I like it. The best thing about Moxley's promo is Swerve and Nana. Drinking coffee, KJ? I'll never tell. I got to go back to using the sippy straw. Works. Nick's got that straw thing down pat. KJ wants all the biggest guys off the show. No Jack Perry, no Daniel Garcia. No way. Jealous of his dances, moves. It is. It's the hip thrust. No, I just think the younger talent, like if you had like Darby as the Ring of Honor champion every Friday night, I think it'd be great. And he's taken on guys like Jungle Boy and some of the younger guys. Even throw Wardlow in the mix, a younger guy, just a place for the talent to be on weekly television and highlighted without taking away from your main event roster. Instead of just feeding them to the main event crew, the older crew, I really think there's a developmental element that they're missing here at AEW. I think that's why we get a lot of injuries, a lot of botches, and maybe not the best of matches at times, a lack of cohesion. And Toni Storm getting a huge intro. I'm not sure who that was. Who was that? They got Turner Classic Movie. There you go. That's who it is. All right. Now I know there's some debate out there, but I love this lady. She is outstanding. She looks like $1,000,000. Miro just seems like the type that wants to get paid and doesn't care if he's on TV. I don't necessarily think that's true, Tony. But what I think with Miro is, I think he's just come to terms with things. And instead of being in a fight, he'll just wait it out. That's fine. I'll do what you asked me to do. Again, I think he just kind of goes with the flow, to be honest. I don't think it's and we'll see. Like, I mean, if he resigns and then continues to do nothing for another 3-4 years, you might be accurate. But I think I could see him jumping back. And I think I get interrupted earlier when I was saying, people got to remember the Triple H factor is very much a thing when it comes to recruiting some of these talents back. I 100% believe that Sasha Banks, I've been on the record, I've said it multiple times, Sasha Banks will be back in WWE because of Triple H. So, folks, we will take a prediction as Skye Blue is about to lose to Toni Storm. Now, the other day, Skye Blue didn't have the makeup on her eyes anymore. Now she's got and she got a heavier entrance. Roar, roar, roar. All right. It's cheesy. It ain't easy being cheesy. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, right. It's funny how Ricky Stark stated that the devil is Peter Avalon with a wink, which looking deep into it, the only person linked to Peter Avalon is Ziggy, Dolph Ziggler's brother, Ziggy's brother, which makes me wonder if it's Ziggler. It could be Ziggler. I don't know if I like it, though, because I really want it to be tied to everything you've been telling us for months. Maybe I'm just too stuck up on it, but I feel like you've been telling me a story for months. I want to know what the fucking end of the story is. Now I sound like Cody Rhodes. As ding, 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 timeless Tony. And we are getting a wagon off. Sasha Banks will return at the Royal Rumble. That's my prediction under Triple H. Damian, I'm with you. I think Bayley's going to need some help. Again, if it is Dolph Ziggler, I will put it out to everybody. If it's Dolph Ziggler or Ali or another person that's recently been released from the WWE, do any of those people move the needle that more people are going to tune in next week to find out more? That's my question. I love Dolph Ziggler. He's a good hand. Part of me hoped that he went back to the WWE just to, he's really good at getting the young talent over. He is a great match, no matter who you put him in the ring with, which AEW could really use that. But again, if you bring Dolph Ziggler in, is Dolph going to move the needle? If Dolph takes out MJF and wins the belt, is that going to move the needle? All right, we're starting. Wait, what? And again, I think Skye Blue is another example of she came in, she was this outstanding baby face. And before we knew it, she was then being thrust into something with Julia Hart. Now, now she's kind of in between. And we never really got an answer. We really don't know where she stands on Julia Hart. Yeah, Julia Hart showed up with Abaddon, so we'll see how that goes. Wow, Toni jumping up with a punch. I'm not sure what that move was going to be, but it was slow as molasses. I'm sure Triple H wants people back. He likes Samoa Joe, like Malachi Black, like Andrade. Malachi Black, 100%. Andrade, 100%. You remember the best Andrade we ever got was under Triple H. And there's a lot there. You see what Triple H is doing with Santos Escobar, what he's doing with Dragon Lee. And, Luther with the assist. That lucky bald bastard. I don't mind. Okay. See, I like them flashing in out of the black and white a little bit. It definitely, I think we talked about it before, of the Dusty Road, the Dustin Rhodes vibes, the Gold Dust vibes with this character. Oh, Toni, another fight out on the floor. Get in the fucking ring, people. And Maria Mays, bouncing off the table. Two big chops from Toni Storm. Slapping those testicles. These shorts keep getting shorter. Agreed. Like, again. Wow. The hip attack. And you know what? Give Toni credit. She even sold her back hitting the guardrail. I love that little nuance. Now we're in picture, and Toni Storm is swimming. But apparently there's no count out in this match. Bayley's help will be Mickie James. Very interesting. I do think Mickie James will be in the Rumble. I do think Mickie James will be back. I don't know if that works for me. Listen, I could be completely wrong. That's the best part of doing this show every night, is just make shit up out of my ass, and then we hope that it pans out. I have said it. I'm putting my foot down that Sasha Banks will be returning to the WWE, and she'll get a huge ovation. I know some people don't love her. I'm not the biggest Sasha Banks fan. I'm just trying to read the tea leaves, and I think it makes the most sense, especially with Trips. It's that relationship with Trips that catches me. When? Soon, Damien. It's coming. They're building. We got lots of time. That's a very unique thing about the WWE not having a December pay-per-view, is there is a shit ton of time to get to January, to get to Royal Rumble. So we are essentially already in the build for Rumble, already in the build for Mania. Like, are you all excited? 2024, and this is kind of this part of the calendar that WWE dominates. January, February, March. We can debate what happens in the summer. Sorry, Light. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's much debate on the fact that January is going to be huge in Florida. I almost said Saturday. February is going to be outstanding in Perth, and then WrestleMania in Philly. I cannot wait. And if you guys needed reminded, nobody covers more wrestling than we do. We will be here for brunch with the boys in February and in March. We got our back-to-back marathons coming up. Well, I guess it's April, early April. But we got all your coverage, folks. It's going to be fun, and we're looking to set records in 2024. I think if the double turns out to be Dolph Ziggler, I would be really happy. I think I'd be like, I think I would pop. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, it's fucking Ziggler. I just don't know if it moves the needle enough. And I think for the hardcore AEW tribalists that AEW does no wrong, the people that will tell you right now that AEW's had the best 2023 ever, that they've had the best shows, the best pay-per-views ever, which I just don't think is the case. The ones that see no wrong in this, they weren't thrilled about the Big Show. They weren't thrilled about Ric Flair. If you keep bringing in Dolph and Ali, now Ali might be an exception because he's young, got a lot to offer. You're no longer, where's Big Nick? WCW, that's Big Nick's gimmick. I mean, that's why you're more and more feeling like the WWE cast off. You're the land of misfit toys, and then you have the WWE coming along, just picking out the ones that they want, that think have upside and potential, and training them. Go figure. Up and over. Cameraman zooming right in. Jeez. Big crossbody as those shorts disappear. It does not move the needle at all. Yeah, but that's my point with that as well, Chair. Like, we might be like, oh shit, Dolph. But I don't think you're not going to show up the following. Oh, Dolph Ziggler confronts MJF. To me, doesn't mean another 500,000 people are going to show up. Like, it's been what? I saw it today. There was a stat going around. It's been a long time since we've really had, AEW playing with a million, right? Wow. Skye Blue out of the way. Big kick. Toni goes down, and I guess Skye's got some cheeks of her own. Big pop. The pop of the night going to Skye Blue's booty. Ooh, run through kick. Dun, dun, dun. Sasha Banks has turned down TK. That's what I've heard. I saw like a clickbaity article going around of like Tony Khan rejected. I wonder if that's what they were referring to. I didn't read it. I was busy. But yeah, man, I don't know. Boston, Tony Cakes. Hey, there you are, buddy. How you doing? I mean, this is a bit of a cake off, guys. Feel like I'm watching Nailed It. I mean, WWE. KJ, will they have Maurice with KO and Sammy when they go to France in May? Probably not, but I could see her maybe being present. I mean, she's kind of doing her thing right now. She hasn't been on WWE TV that often. And yeah, interesting take. But I don't think she'll be. They'll fit it in that way. Maybe Miz is prevalent on the show and she's with them. That makes more sense to me. Yep, I see Sasha come in as the fourth horsewoman. Since they have been saying it nonstop lately. Yeah, it feels like we're getting a. Oh, we go black and white for the hip thrust. The hip attack. That's a cake attack, folks. Skye Blue goes through. Oh, back the other way. And a roll up win. Wow. Ah. All right, big win for Toni Storm. Again, I kind of want her to win better than that, but not a bad match. But like I said last night when we were talking about NXT, that opening match with the Fatal 4-Way, and it was just gangbusters, and the women were running full speed ahead. Really solid match. I kind of want to see the pace pick up a little. The match was okay. And again, brand new champion, the roll-up win. It's all right. Not bad, though. Well, there you go. Dramatic Toni Storm taking her bows, I suppose. I can 100% see Malachi, Buddy, Andrade, Ricky. I think Ricky Starks is 100% going to WWE. Oh my God. Rio is back. What the fuck? Rio is back. Ugh. Facts. Oh, we're fighting. Drop kick from of all the women you have. Rio off the ropes. Toni getting saved by Luther. I'm sorry, guys. Someone out there might have been happy. Of all the women you have under your contract, Rio is not the one that I need to be seeing right now. Oh. Toni Storm wins and retains the AEW championship. Starks is going to be the new Theory in WWE. Watch. Yeah, man. I mean, you get the comparables to like to Dwayne Johnson, and you start acting like him, and you're wearing the shirts, and you got that Miami vibe going on. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be that type. And I think he's more seasoned than Theory already. So I think that Ricky Starks is an absolute star. I love that they had him in a program with Punk, but that fell to shit. Now he's a tag team champion, and I mean, could we get a little more out of him? I think he should be a solo. I think Big Bill should have been his bodyguard, and he should have been taking out baby faces left, right, and center. Why can't Ricky Starks be in the Continental Cup? Classic. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, Rio is back. Does anybody give a shit? And this is, to me, where the booker is fucking up. Rio needs some Arby's. She needs a fucking sandwich, quick. You have the two ladies just swinging cakes around like madness, and then Rio shows up. Hasn't seen a cake in years. What's next for Toni Storm? Damien, we just got our answer. It's going to be Riho. And I wouldn't even be shocked if they let her win. If Rio takes out Toni Storm. What happened to Deeb? Deeb had medical issues. Deeb has recently come out and talked about the fact that she had a few, I think it was 3, but several seizures over a time span. She really had to work on, obviously, figure out what the hell was going on. Thoughts and prayers to her. I think she, undeniably the best technical woman in the world. And I hope she's feeling better. I hope she gets back to doing what she does best. And more than anything else, I hope she's just healthy and happy and doing all right. But yeah, I miss Serena Deeb. But anybody, I'm all ears. Where's my buddy Rio, who has so much to say when WWE's on? Where's Rio tonight? Because Riho, where would you rank Riho in this company? You could be using Athena on your main show. You're not doing that. She's had a good Ring of Honor run, but hopefully Billy Starks takes that belt from her. Shout out Billy. You got Skye Blue. You got Julia Hart, but she's got another belt, but you don't need that belt if you just focus on one belt. Britt Baker's been MIA. Riho. Man, bring Sheeta back into the fold. I might not be the biggest Sheeta fan. I think she's great overall, but Riho. Fucking Riho. Oh, come on now. Her run with 5-minute matches was great. How come AEW does not have LED lights in matches? They keep the lights down because they want the focus to be where the people are. And the LED parts, I have no idea. I think that's a budgetary issue. You'd have to ask Tony, Eric. Boo, boo, boo. Riho, 1 minute. Britt Baker, 0 minutes. Oh, so they are announcing some Canadian dates for 2024. Toronto, March 20th. Ottawa, okay. Winnipeg, Edmonton. So the report was they backed off and they had less dates, but I don't know if that's true or not. They just announced 8 dates all the way into July. So there you go. If you're an AEW fan in Canada, AEW is coming your way sometime soon. Rio over Taya. Yeah, okay. Yeah, where the fuck is Taya Valkyrie? She has been so buried, I didn't even remember her. Right? You got so much fucking talent in this division that you're not using. I'd rather have Willow than Rio. I'm gonna say it. I'd rather have Willow than Rio. You have Abaddon kind of getting involved in things. That's great. Riho is not a viable contender for your women's championship. She's not. That is strictly for the fucking marks, the 5% of your fan base that you're fucking catering to. Right? I get it. I mean, I guess, Kenny let her out of the house. That's wonderful. Emmy. I'd take Emmy over Riho. And I don't even like Emmy. Thunder Rosa, I don't know if she's ever coming back. I literally think she saw the bullshit that was going on and was like, yeah, I don't know. I'll take my time healing. Taya Valkyrie, MIA, yep. Man, they fucking have Tasha Steele, former Knockouts champion, former Knockouts tag team champion, a very talented woman we barely see. And again, Athena, I was a bit of a critic of, And I think what she's done in Ring of Honor, if she could bring that attitude up to the main show, to Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, I think Athena would be a great addition to this show. But Riho, fucking Riho. Whew. Bring back Thunder Rosa. Yeah, like where are the AEW shills that are going to jump on tonight and go Dynamite best show of the week? Which maybe it might be. I'm still waiting. But I mean, how do you defend Rio? Rio's great. She's not. She's not good. She's not good. And here comes Jay Lethal. Yeah, well, Thunder Rosa has been doing work for months. And I mean, even when they were doing the All Access thing and Britt Baker was like, she's not here and I'm upset about it. That whole bullshit, she was doing Spanish commentary for AEW the entire time. She's around. If you have a problem with her, go talk to her. Well, what are you doing being taped crying about it? Ford or Mercedes Steel? Wait, what? What did that go over my head? What am I missing here? Rosa is a great wrestler. Thunder Rosa is outstanding. And she was another one. I felt like she got, like, it felt to me that Thunder Rosa was the women's division CM Punk for AEW. The women didn't really like her. And we saw LuFisto come out and kind of talk about the clickiness. And then it got shot down. And then the clique got together and told her to fuck off. So, again, if you pay attention to what's happening, where there's smoke, there might be fire. Thunder Rosa got ridiculed and people were demanding she apologize for nothing. For nothing. Jay White on his way out. Jay Lethal gets an entrance, which was more than Mark Briscoe. I'm looking forward to this match, folks. I will take your predictions as the good matches continue. Jay White has 0 points in the tournament. That is facts. As does Mark Briscoe. Britt. Oh, wait, you moved. Britt is the best in the world. Like in all women's wrestling? My guy. We might have to talk about that. I like Britt. I think Britt's one of the best, if not the best, for AEW. She's in that upper echelon. Jamie Hayter, I hope she comes back soon. You have Toni Storm. Britt, I mean, you put her in that mix. Ugh. She's there. But I think there was times where the fans loved Britt so much, the hardcore fans, that even when Britt was fucking up, they blamed the other person. Bum, 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 bum. Abaddon. The F word. Yeah, it came out of my mouth a few times, didn't it? Almost anyone over Riho. Yeah. Like, no offense. She's a spunky little girl, but I don't get it. Give me Toni Storm versus Valkyria. 100%. I'd be okay with that. I love Taya Valkyrie. I've watched Taya Valkyrie have tons of good matches. I've seen them in AAA. I've seen her in fucking the Indies. I've seen her in WWE, which I felt they dropped the ball with her. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate. She is tough cookie. There we go. There we go. Now, is anybody surprised that we did not get the match that we were selling us on this tag match all week long? It never happened. Listen, that really is a fun debate, Easy Bake. I like it. I think that Charlotte is the upper echelon. I know people want to pull her name into things and such, but athletically and what she can do in and out of the ring, she is outstanding. And I don't think there's anybody that has totally taken that away from Charlotte. Charlotte's fallen into the background. The only other one that's right there with her right now, I mean, we can't deny what Rhea Ripley's doing. Rhea Ripley's probably the best women's wrestler of 2023 and one of the top overall wrestlers in 2023. So yeah, I feel cheated. I feel a little cheated. There you go. Last Legend. But you look at it when we talk about talent, we compare the two companies where people, want to talk about this women division, that women division. Really, realistically, look at what we're getting. I mean, Rio might not even successfully pass a tryout to make NXT. Of all the women we saw in NXT last night, who would you book? Who would you sit out to book Rio? Would you sit out Lash Legend and put Rio in there? Would you sit out Fallon Henley for Rio? No, there's no room. Here she is chasing your fucking world champion. There you go. There you go. Did CM Punk let Tony have it? Pause. I think Jay is going to win this one. Yeah, good call. Good call. I almost got argumentative with you, AJ. Yeah, I'm taking Jay White though. Jay White for the win. Burying Jay. Charlotte's top of all women. That's a valid argument, though. I think she's, yeah, there you go. Oh yes, mommy, her, Charlotte, tippy top. And again, you got other talents there, right? I mean, I love Bailey. I love what I love what Becky's done. I know people have got a mixed bag of nuts when it comes to Becky. Pause. But overall, I think there's a plethora of talent. Ziggler, Dragunov, Bait trio in NXT. Dun dun dun. I thought Dolph Ziggler should have kept that belt and just ran with it for a while. They didn't give him enough of a run while he was down there. Dun dun dun. What else we got? Is it true? I'd like Strowman back. Put him on SmackDown since he was never truly drafted due to injury. Again, Strowman's a big dude. I see clips of him up and around doing stuff. It's just one of those injuries. We've talked about this many times. When you're fusing your vertebrae, it takes time. They got to be safe. They got to be careful. We saw poor Wesley have to, say I can't go at deadline because of needing back surgery now. So yeah, in time, I imagine he'll be back for sure. I like EO in WWE. I too like EO in WWE. That's another one. She's in the, she's climbing. Youngster, she's young, especially in her WWE career. You got time. KJ, could you see Masha in NXT? Ooh. I mean, I think I would like it, but I wonder if the WWE system takes a little edge. I like turtles, Boston. I think the WWE system could take a little bit of edge, a little bit of spice off Masha. I keep saying that MK Ultra, Masha and Killer Kelly, my favorite tag team in wrestling right now. I think they're outstanding, and I think they're going to do great things in Impact / TNA. But I do think that, again, not everyone's fit for that WWE system. Could she get in there and work really good? And she's work really good. Yeah, could she do the job 100%? But I don't know if if the WWE like round her edges a little too much, so to speak. Larry likes Lamp. It's a good choice. Good choice. So we know Brock's kid took after him, not Sable. Well, listen, all I know is be very careful around the Lesnar household because if she doesn't kick the shit out of you, her father will. Kiera Hogan. I haven't seen. Kiera was in an angle with Athena. We recently saw her. What did we see her doing? And sorry, I said Tasha Steele earlier, Keyshawn. I meant Kiera Hogan. So I stand corrected. Thank you for bringing that up. But Tasha is still over in Impact. Kiera Hogan had like a match where she lost recently. Or did she win it? I don't know. But yeah, we haven't got a whole lot of Kiera Hogan. And I think Kiera Hogan could be used more. You got to have more than 5 minutes per week dedicated to your women. And you got to give them something. I mean, I didn't love. Why can't Toni Storm hit a finish and get that win and look like the champion that she's going to be? I don't know. Wardlow, Hobbs, Cage, name the Cerebrus. Oh, okay. Deep thoughts with JV. Not bad. Puff Pass ice cream bars. We're working on those. One day. We all dream, J-Boy. KJ, Edge and Christian have only had one single match against each other since 2001. Crazy, they've not had more. It is very interesting. I mean, the very interesting part about the Edge Christian story is, we saw Christian leave and try and make his way because the WWE never really appreciated him the way they appreciated Edge. And I think that's unfortunate because I really like Christian. I like the work he did in Impact and TNA. Yeah, so and then Edge is out hurt. Edge makes a comeback. Christian's off in AEW. So it's crazy how fast time flies. But yeah, since 2001, I mean, even in that time frame, they're working together more than they're not. So yeah, I mean, shit. It's gonna be interesting. I really am looking forward to this main event. Kira Hogan got beat by Abaddon. That's right. Thank you, C Money. The memory, the short-term memory. Nah, not so good. Not so good. Masha doesn't fit in WWE. She better not going. That's my feels on that. Oh wow, we got that looked awkward. Jay White with the Death Valley Drive, but Jay Lethal. Jay White didn't quite have the rotation. The stomp comes down, and the ref would. Jesus Christ, ref, get down there. It's time. It's time. Vitamin time. There you go, buddy. I'll do the call for that. JV adding to it, the Satan's Hell's Dogs, Guardians of the Gates of Hell, Ghostbusters. KJ, did I miss the Devil's Masked Man? Yeah, we kind of all missed it, Jason. It happened. The match never happened. They came out to ringside. They never engaged. MJF's got taken out. And now with what happened tonight, I'm like, fuck, is it MJF? But yeah, Jason, you kind of missed it. We all never really got it. It was a bit of a false advertising. Brainbuster by Jay White. Those. Masha versus Abaddon. Yeah, I'm in for that. I would be totally okay with that. Rio is very similar to Candice LeRae. She's so small and skinny that she's hard to book because her offense doesn't feel too credible. They feel soft. That's a valid take, Richard. And beyond that, it's like even with Candice, like I find that Candice, when you're that small, your personality has to be big. It has to compensate. So you really have to have that boisterous. You got to pop. Like almost, it might be a bad example because she's still trying to figure it out. But like a Thea Hale, like if you're gonna be the tiny girl in the room, you gotta be, you gotta make your personality stand on its own. And I think Candice lacks that, and I think Rio does too. And partly not Rio's fault. I understand that she's international talent, but I don't give any fucks about Rio. Why are they doing content? Can I ask the fans out there a really good question as this match continues? Jay White going for the finish. Jay Lethal going for lethal injection. Lock back in. Oh, another reversal. Roll up. No way. Question. If the Continental Classic is this big deal, should the matches be on Rampage? Yes or no? My argument is no. It should be left to Collision and Dynamite. And we got a roll-up win. Jay White steals one on Jay Lethal in an okay match. That would be amazing. I've been a fan of Jay White since his New Japan days. I'm a big fan of Jay White. It was a big deal that Tony Khan signed him. I was super excited. I was like, oh, wow, this is actually somebody that the WWE could have gotten and done a lot with, but they got it. Tony got this one. And I think that's cool. So Jay White, yeah, moves to 6 points. So 2-1. Yeah, I don't like Bryan Danielson on Rampage on Friday. I don't love that idea. Keyshawn, you kill me, man. Thank God you throw the emojis out so I know you're being sarcastic, or else I would worry about you. Yeah, I think the Continental Classic should be on Dynamite or Collision. Rampage has been an abyss. And if you're going to book Daniel Bryan versus Daniel Garcia, that means that match isn't worth watching. That's my opinion. AEW Internet, Orange Cassidy and Danhausen will appear. Yeah, so yeah, Rampage. When did Bryan Danielson start wearing chains on his trunks? Did the trunks come free with the eye patch or the other way around? I'm curious. Probably 3. I will buy the box. What box? 4-0. Jungle Boy ice cream bars. They come with pieces of glass in them. Real glass. That's dark. I'm sorry. I take that back. Saturday, Kenny Omega, Ethan Page. The All-Canadian Challenge. Next week, Swerve Strickland with John Moxley. How do you book that fucking match? That's going to draw. Mark Briscoe, Jay White. It's not looking good for Mark. Now, Mark might beat Jay. He could. It is fucking interesting. And then Jay Lethal will do a job to Rush next week. And we're going to hear from Samoa Joe, who apparently just left the building. The Von Erichs. Wow, okay. The Von Erichs return to Dallas. Thank you, MJF. And, next week his winner is coming. Hangman Page versus Roderick Strong next week. Why? So next week his winner is coming. Why is Roddy fighting Page? Anybody? Somebody? Help me. I don't know. I don't know these answers. Winner is coming usually gets surprised. Yes. Well, I mean, it's a pretty big surprise. The Von Erichs are going to be there, so I'm okay with that. Wow, Mercedes Martinez finally back on Collision. Yes, that's another lady that I didn't mention earlier. Outstanding talent. Have Mercedes come out and fuck with Toni, not Rio. Too many roll-ups, too many fights outside of the ringside. A little too much repetition in that regard. I will say that. I thought the Jay White, Jay Lethal match was very meh at best. And again, I know some fans out there that were like, that was great. Everything's been amazing. Let's be real. That was not a very good match. It was okay. Didn't suck. I didn't turn it off, but it was what it was. We just had Jay versus Jay. Why not Daniel versus Daniel? Fuck it. Let's go. It's easier that way, right? The parrot accessory is next. Wait for the wooden leg, Mike. CM Punk ice cream bars, hilarious. The finishes have been awful tonight. The finishes to me have hurt the overall. Like I thought Moxley and Roosh was a pretty good match. Not bad. I thought the finish killed it for me. Toni Storm's finish I didn't love. Again, you got a brand new champion, and I get it that like Skye Blue will survive losing to Toni Storm. The champion can beat her convincingly because she's your new champion. You want to make her feel like she's up here. And with Skye Blue, I mean, look at her. She'll be okay. She'll come back next week and lose again and be fine. People will keep tuning in. They're not going to turn their backs on Skye Blue. Trust me. They're all just hoping she turns her back. So yeah, I think it's not. I don't love the finish to that. I really don't. Has every match ended up in a roll-up so far? No. Oh, wait. Toni? No. Moxley got the choke out. Moxley had the very fake choke out. Remember that? So that wasn't a roll-up. Might as well have been because Roosh jumped right up and was pissed off. Toni was a roll-up. The last match was a roll-up. What was the other match? I feel like I'm missing a match in there, guys. The Dead Pirate Danielson. I like that. I can get behind that. TK. We signed Lacey Von Erich. Shut up, Lacey. Yeah, we are in commercial and we're getting ready for the main event, folks. Thank you for being here. I will remind you, make sure you hit like, subscribe, click all the links, and be here. We're here almost 7 nights a week, every single goddamn week. We just keep coming back for more. And again, we keep breaking records. We keep breaking our own records. And it's been a lot of fun. We are growing so fast, and we appreciate it. 4K is on the horizon. And we're pushing through. So thank you for being here. Let me know, who are you taking, Adam or Christian, or nobody? I have a feeling it's going to be nobody. I thought Winter is Coming was in February. No, yeah, I knew it was always, the beginning of winter, like late November, December, but not February. No, inaccurate, my friend. I think Candice should return to Poison Pixie heel character, but WWE have too many heels in the women's division, in the singles and tag. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Put Candice back in NXT. She never really had a substantial NXT run. If you put her back down there and she can kind of find her way without being in the way, yeah, I think that would work for me a little bit better. And maybe she wins the title. She's a good worker. I don't want to take anything away from her skill set, but she's not over with me at all. The fans don't give a fuck. But we're having trouble getting the fans to care about Johnny and Ciampa right now. Imagine you book Edge and Christian on a free show. He just signed this guy, and this would have popped a buy rate. It probably barely moves the needle on Wednesday. All right, a very interesting take. And listen, from a business standpoint, I get that, right? You're going to want to put your best foot forward. At the same time, am I mad that we're getting this tonight? No. Will it tarnish it for me if this doesn't work out? Like, if we don't get a finish tonight, but they have a reason to fight at World's End? I think we can build the story through this match tonight. I do. I'm worried because we've had a lot of fuck finishes and a lot of whatever finishes tonight, that another match not really ending the way we expected isn't good for business. But yeah, I get a lot of people's point of, as a businessman, you want people to pay. You want to help your buy rate. You do. But as a wrestling fan, I want all the fucking main events to be stacked. We talk about Raw, putting more shit on Raw so that 3 hours doesn't suck. Again, in the heyday of the Monday Night Wars, we were getting a lot of crazy shit. World titles were being won all the time on a Raw or on a Nitro because they needed to pop the rating. I'm okay for Tony Khan, who's trying to move the needle with his weekly show. It's worth a try. But I can't complain that we're getting pay-per-view level matches. Again, that's not my job. If he doesn't have a plan beyond this, we got a problem. The Devil to be revealed on AEW Collision this Saturday. Richard, stop lying. TLC match. That's what at World's End. At World's End. Next match will be a cage match at World's End. There you go. Something, right? A Canadian street fight, even though they're not in Canada. It's Captain Charisma. That it is. Ole, 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 ole. So the standard. I had a father. Guy holding up a sign. I had a father. So the crowd in attendance is making noise, if nothing else. But yeah, in Montreal, it doesn't matter if you're Sami Zayn, the Montreal Canadiens, the soccer team, Edge, Christian, you get ole, ole, ole. And that song makes me cringe because I don't want to hear it. Oh, right into a chokehold. Okay. Christian for the win with help. I could see that working out, Vance. There might need to be something more there. Because you can't kill Edge on this, right? If he gets assistance from, Lucha Kane and Nick Wayne, and then now you have a reason we're going to put you guys in a cage or whatever it is. Edge bumping Christian off the apron. Edge's entrance is not special anymore. There will not be a winner in this match. I mean, I like Edge's entrance. I do. Um, I get why you say that, but I still like it. Yeah, I'm fearful that we're not going to get a winner. Oh, bouncing Christian off the table, waving to the fans. That was funny. Next match will be a cage match. Got that one. I once witnessed two Canadians fighting, and a hockey game broke out. It happens, JV. It happens. I've been to some arenas where mayhem was taking place, and everyone forgot there was supposed to be a hockey game breaking out. Is Nick Wayne's mom there? I hope so. I mean, I don't know. Larry. I don't know. It'd be fucked up if she showed up. Wow, the hand stomp on Christian. There you go. Christian went for the low blow. Edge said not today. And again, at least I like this. Christian selling his ass off. John Moxley, if you can hear my voice, watch what's happening in the ring right now. It's called selling. Try it. It really does good for the business, does good for your company, does good for your opponent and you. Edge is not a draw anymore in wrestling. I don't know why. It's not that he's not a draw. He's not the draw that he was. And it happens to all the wrestlers. With very few exceptions, every athlete has a shelf life. You know, you have a window in what you are over as fuck. But if you go back to Edge's heyday, I love the Rated R Superstar. I do. But he was never, Rock status. He was never Austin status. He was never that, he was there, but he might have just been just beneath that status. How do you find a guy in Montreal with a New York Islanders jersey on? What the? All right. Another match out by ringside, by the way. So that would be all of them tonight. Heath Slater will show up, and say, "I got kids, crispy chicken for you." I could go for some crispy chicken right about now. But yeah, I like Heath. Oh, Copeland down, holding his throat. And there's another person into the fucking crowd over the barricade. Those who are pining for a TLC match for the sake of nostalgia between Edge and Christian and the Hardys, let it go. It'd be awkward as hell. And they're all way too wrecked to do that kind of match. Yeah, Daniel Price, I'm with you, my guy. I think at the end of the day, I don't want to see the Hardys versus Edge and Christian in a TLC match. Could they prove me wrong? Yeah, but probably not. It's probably going to be far less than you expect it to be. And that's just the way it is. It's no offense. Matt Hardy struggles as it is. Jeff Hardy's not what he used to be. Christian's doing great. And Edge isn't what he used to be. And you can't put him in that match. It's just, again, it's not a good look. Excuse me, folks. X. All right. What up? The Hardley boys looking for clues, right? Edge is now rated M for mature. I like that. Matt Hardley, and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Yeah, add them to it. Fuck it. Like, let's just shove them all in there. We'll get the Big Show. Maybe Ric Flair's available. Ric Flair and Sting can tag up. Do it all. Edge was the guy who loses to the actual guy in a lot of cases. And again, he had his moments, he had his pushes, huge pops when he had returned in the past. And again, yeah, I mean, he was the antagonist. He was the guy that made the superstar look great, right? In a lot of the cases. They should have Vicky Guerrero help Christian. Yeah, that would be ridiculous. And I don't think you're going to see Vicky Guerrero anywhere near a wrestling ring for quite a long time. New Aquaman versus Iron Claw, December 22nd. Right on. Watch both. I can't wait to watch the Iron Claw. I'm really looking forward to it. And again, kudos for Toni to, we all know that MJF was on the, in the movie. So to have the Von Erichs, you might get an uptick in at least Texas viewers next week. Nah. Do you think Jeff Hardy has one more WWE solo run in him? No, but I will say this. I could potentially see the Hardys coming back for one more tag team rub from the WWE. I could see that working out. And again, mixed reviews, mixed thoughts, but again, a different company run by different people, and it wouldn't be anything substantial. It'd be like, from Elimination Chamber to Mania kind of idea, like a 6-week run, and they have a fun match. They put a young tag team over or such. I do think they're being booked into oblivion. Like considering they're Hall of Famers, one of the best tag teams that ever lived, and they've been booked into nothing on this company. Nothing. MJF helping Adam Copeland winning, and MJF telling Adam Copeland to team up against the Devil and his goons, calling it. Richard, yeah, call it all you want, buddy. I just called. Yeah, no one's answering. No one's answering. Larry, I can't wait to see the Iron Claw. I'm with you on that one. Save the TLC match for the younger AEW stars. 100% fans. I don't want to see Sting jumping off a ladder, and eating a table. I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it. Adam biting the hand. Both men up on the middle rope. It looks like Russian leg sweep from the Bret Hart rope. Jeff's career will end in AEW. His age and wear and tear. Yeah, just the only exception to that, and I'll tell you why, is tolls plus the way he left last time. Yeah, bygones be bygones. I'm not worried about that. Plus his recent DUI. Now that's an issue, but I mean, look at the Usos. So yeah, could I see something? And I don't mean now. Like I honestly think well, I don't know how long they're contracted to AEW, so we'd have to find that out as well. But yeah, ultimately, I think that WWE is that place where you don't have to be you're not expected to be out there doing topes and jumping off the side of buildings. Like Jeff Hardy, the minute that fucking Tony Khan signed Jeff Hardy, he just started throwing him off fucking every ass, all right, go climb that and jump off it. It's not good. Big clothesline. How we feeling about this match right now? How's it going? Nice background. Thank you, Eric. KJ, are you surprised we didn't get the Hardy Boys? The Hardy Boys win the AEW tag titles at least once. Yes, I'm surprised, Kyle. And this has been my beef with, and I've debated this with a lot of people. My beef with when you sign a new talent, you got to utilize them. You got to put them in shit that matters relative to their star status. Big frog splash. 1, 2, 2. 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. Edge kicking out. But I think you have to put, like, when they got CM Punk back and everybody was jazzed about Punk, you got to book him to his status level. You can't start putting him in matches with nobodies. It hurts. Same thing with the Hardys. Like, instead of fucking around with Private Party and shit, they should have went after your upper echelon. They should have came in night 1 or night 2. Whoa. 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. But you should have brought them in and made an impact with them. The Hardys, you remember when they returned at WrestleMania and nobody expected it? The New Day brings them out. They won that night. It was a big fucking deal. Even if it is only for 24 hours or if it's for 2 weeks. That's you gotta make it count. And too often, I think Tony, like, oh, we signed Ruby, we signed Daniel, and they don't do anything. Adam Cole, you got to go right for shit sometimes. I'll say Edge wins. I'm convinced there will not be a winner. And if they are going to fight at World's End, it has to be Christian that takes the W, if anybody. Jeff Hardy only move is jumping off things. Yeah, it feels that way in 2023. But again, you can minimize them, put them in some chokeholds during commercial breaks on WWE. But they're at the. I mean, you got to give. You know, I know what Jeff Hardy's been through, but at the end of the day, the guy for 25, 30 years plus has been throwing himself off shit for our entertainment. So, yeah, I think he deserves better. And if Tony's, again, it's this nostalgia, it's like the kid with the, just buying up all the toys. I don't need to play with these toys. I have tons of other toys I want to play with, but I still want those because I can have them. And if Tony, you're going to sign this talent, use them. And if you're not going to use them, send them somewhere else. Even if it's just home. Got that one. Mr. Eric, man, you are bad. All right. Kyle Cabral, they're going to get them, but Jeff's legal trouble screwed it. Khan didn't want to pull a Vince and giving I don't know how true that all is. And again, yeah, the payoffs haven't been there. FTR arrived. The payoff didn't show up. Not the way it should have. Remember they had the double switch where the Bucks went the other direction. Yeah, you got to be careful. But yeah, I mean, if that's true, Daniel, then don't use them at all. But if you're going to use them, you got to use. You're not taking advantage of the name value you have. 2 count. Okay. But Impact puts the title on someone new right away. They often do it. And again, for them, it's notoriety. If you're going to bring in a top talent, you're going to bring in someone name value. You give them the belt, even if it's just for a taste, because it's clicks, it's views. People, oh shit, who? Bully Ray's the champion? Like, you want that reaction, right? If CM Punk had come into AEW the first time and ran right after the champion, and then the news breaks 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks into his AEW run that he has come back to wrestling and he is now your champion. It's amazing. And people pay attention. Your ratings go up. People are happier, less fighting in the back. When you option your movie, you can get a percentage of points of the box office gross revenue. It's Hollywood speak. Okay, I don't think that was at me. That was at Larry. Okay. Slow count ref, yeah. Slow match. Would anybody agree with me on this? This match has been a bit. I'm hoping for a little more. The birthday boy says, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Not my birthday. I want to reunite the Private Party versus FTR. Where is the other half of Private Party? Oh, kill switch. The unprettier. Edge wins. Not yet. Do you think it'll be live, or will they continue to tape their shows? Listen, Kyle, they're already having trouble with Collision. If they start going with tape shows, it's going to be a problem. Now, the issue of like, well, we were in Canada, we're going to tape it, and then we'll leave again. The weird. Oh, wow. A very awkward ref bump followed by Christian Cage punting the ref right in the taint. Oh my God. I love Christian Cage, man. Uh-oh. Here comes the spear. Oh, they both. Collision midair. That ref's bump was so awkward. Question. How hard do you got to get kicked in the nuts to make you pass out? Hey, Nick Wayne's mom. Yes. Highlight of the night has arrived. You know what's about to happen, right, guys? You know what's about to happen, right, guys? Are we reading these tea leaves? She's already staring at the guy she's going to hit. Kind of woke up, took a nut kick. But I have a question, valid question. How hard do you got to get kicked in the nuts to pass out? There it is. There it is. Fucking hell. That is shit. Yeah, stepdaddy Christian. What's up, Jake? How you doing? I'm shaking my head. I'm bummed out. This is garbage. I don't give a fuck. I will fight anybody on this. This is fucking like Nick Wayne's mom, high five. But you know, shout out to the MILFs of the world. But yeah, again, yeah. Somebody made this joke. Who, yeah. Nick Wayne's mom's got it going on, but just ruined the match. Shayna Wayne. Yeah. Here comes the unprettier. Can you call his move and his dinosaur? Yeah, the crowd booing. The crowd not even booing loud. Just kind of meh. It was so fucking obvious and so fucking cookie cutter and just laid out there like that. Yeah. Oh, wow. And the ref's still dead. Oh, wait, look, he's peeking. He's peeking. You guys suck at acting. Apparently, his testicle-induced coma just wore off in time to count to 3. The fans are shaking their head, but I'm telling you, it's not in a heat way. I don't think people like this, guys. And I would love to hear the Bleeding Hearts defend this shit, but it wasn't well done. It wasn't, and I don't give a fuck about Nick Wayne or his mother. Pause, and I'm sorry. I mean that respectfully, but you just fucked up my wrestling show. That was so ridiculous. She's getting Christian treated. I called it. Yeah, you might have. So sometimes being a sarcastic smartass pays off, eh, bud? Oh, motherfucker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show is over. I will take a rating out of 10 on all that nonsense. I thought the main event was one of the weaker matches of the night. I didn't think it was that good. Thought it was very slow. It looked like 2 old guys wrestling. And I don't like the angle. I don't care for it. Nick Wayne's a guy that should be in Ring of Honor, and his mom should be anywhere else. Obvious heel turn is obvious. Oh, that's very insightful, Nick. Apparently the vitamins are flowing on Nick's night off. This show has been mid. Not the whole show. There was good shit in here. This is another example for me of Toni had all the ingredients and just didn't pull it off. Didn't deliver the meal that we were hoping for. To me, I thought that on paper this night was stacked. We had multiple roll-ups. We had multiple poor angles. We never got the tag match, so we don't even get any more real clues to who's what. Oh man, Toni. And this is why you're having trouble selling tickets. This is why it feels like the world of AEW is imploding a little bit, in my opinion. Everything we're getting out of AEW is kind of negative right now. Nights like tonight is just I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Why is Nick Wayne's mom a character affecting a match? I don't fucking know. Like, I agree with you, Richard. I don't understand it. Why? It doesn't make any sense. The minute she walked out, she was staring at Edge. You knew what she was going to do. The minute we saw her, you knew what she was going to do. But none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. Yeah, it was obvious. Not only was it obvious, I'm okay with obvious. Like, oh, this is going to be predictable. But if you're going to do something predictable, make it fucking cool. Do it in a way that we're like, oh my God, it was fucking bad. And Nick Wayne's mom really does have it going on. Chair. That's funny as shit. The birthday Radio City is here. Happy birthday. All right. Tony. Edge will bring Beth Phoenix in. No. Maybe. Really? So Beth and Nick Wayne's mom, there was nobody else? There was nobody else? Richard, I wish I knew. Yes, Nick Wayne's mom is more famous than Nick will ever be. Yeah, Nick Wayne's mom is more over than Nick. And I like Nick Wayne. He's great in the East West Express. He's a great young talent. One day he'll be something. He should not be featured in a prominent storyline on your main show. You have too many athletes that are talented that aren't getting TV time to be giving it to Nick Wayne and Nick Wayne's mom. Period. And AEW faithful, fight me. Christian wins clean. The way it should be. Great ending. Wait, what? Christian won clean? Mike, do we have a different definition of clean? Because he did not win clean. Were you being sarcastic? Or do we not have the same definition? Boring. Needed no help. 1-on-1. Okay. I got you, my guy. You were tripping me out there for a minute. 1-0. By the way, we'll take a rating out of 10. I will get to them all. I'm going to just try and click through all these. You guys are chatty motherfuckers. 8 out of 10. Boring. I thought the main event was extremely boring, guys. Very boring. And anybody can argue, oh, no, it was a good match. It was a throwaway match because we are setting up World's End. But that doesn't mean that this match couldn't have been better. It was very slow. And I thought the Moxley match was better, to be honest, even though I didn't love the finish. I do. I thought there was good on this show. A lot of roll-ups, a lot of who cares. Riho, what the fuck? That match ended so bad. Yeah, and again, it's not done well. That's my issue. I don't care. Fine. You want to do the Nick Wayne's mom angle? Fine, do it. But do it well. And I don't think you did. 8 out of 10, Eric. All right. Predictable BS. Thanks, TK. That was a dull ending. I think that was the theme of tonight. I think if you describe AEW tonight in one sentence, it would be dull ending. I think that's the whole, everything that was good had a dull ending. This had a dull ending. And it was just dull. I was disappointed. There was no follow-up on the MJF situation. We never went back to it. We didn't even go see MJF sitting in the back holding his head. We didn't see Joe show up back there. Are you okay? Who did this to you? Nothing. They just had it. And to me, and I've said it a million times, for those who think AEW has good storytelling, it is the pop-up book version of storytelling. Literally, you get the little moment and then it goes away. There's no actual story. And that's what lacks. That, like I said it, Moxley and Roosh lacked a good feel to it. They were just a little better at selling that match as a burner, but neither one sold. So I didn't give a fuck. That ending was so fucking contrived. The shitty ref bump, the ref getting kicked in the nuts. I mean, it's not the first time a ref's been kicked in the nuts and stayed down like that. But then when you see the ref peeking out over his shoulder, it all feels amateurish. It doesn't feel professional. I like it. I see bigger picture. I didn't see how they delivered it. I have no idea what you like. You like Nick Wayne's mom situation? I mean, yes, but no. I'm going to say it. Poor Edge. Richard, I like that. Poor Edge. It's a big old bowl of porridge. 11 out of 10. Mike's on drugs. I didn't mind Nick's mom helping Christian. I minded a lot. I don't like the whole storyline. I thought the whole storyline's stupid. I don't really want to watch this teenage it's not Degrassi Junior High, guys. This is professional wrestling. It's supposed to be adult storytelling. It's supposed to be a testosterone-driven soap opera. And yeah, sure, that's soap opera-y. But I don't get it. We've been waiting for so long. The first time since 2001, Edge and Christian, one-on-one. And the match underdelivered, and the ending was fucking horrid. 5 out of 5, 4 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. So there's a bit of a dichotomy there, but I think I'm going to split the middle on that. Being sarcastic, smart ass pays off. Watching AEW 100%. Ishan, valid. Valid. Backslide into some wins. Terrible ending for the show. Now, would you argue, like, I mean, I felt like Toni Storm and Skye Blue, terrible ending. Moxley, Roosh, terrible ending. The main event, terrible ending. Technically, Joe and MJF, terrible ending. And for those who are just tuning in, when I started doing this stream tonight, I was pumped. I was excited. I told everybody out there, we have a stacked card. It was stacked. Look at all those names. Nothing really felt, oh my God, tonight. Nothing had me jumping out of my seat and popping. And the surprises we got, like Riho, Nick Wayne's mom, didn't do it for me. Sorry. 6.5. I knew Nick's mom would turn. It just doesn't make sense. 4 out of 10. We will never insult our fans' intelligence, Tony Khan. But here's my argument, Daniel Price. Maybe Tony Khan doesn't believe he is insulting the fans' intelligence. And I'm not saying that Tony's not smart, but if his maturity level is younger than your average 35-year-old or whatever the fuck he is, maybe he feels like this is great. This is what, again, he's tickling his own taint. That's what he's doing with this, right? This is his passion piece where he just gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. But he thinks like, oh, this is like top-notch stuff because he's never really been an adult. He hasn't gone through the grinds that all of us went through. No offense, Tony, it's just facts. And yeah, no, I think it's a struggle. But yes, he did make that promise. They also promised they were going to have the best tag team division in the world. Can't find it. They said they were going to highlight women like no other wrestling program. Can't find them. What do we do with the trios? I have no idea. These things have to be addressed. And Tony Khan can walk around smiling and have all the people that are scooping money out of his pockets pat him on the back and tell him what a wonderful job he's doing. But at some point, this company's got to sit down, have a fucking come to Jesus moment, and literally go, okay, guys, we really want to be taken seriously. We really want to compete with the big names out there. At some point, we are going to be talking about the competition between TNA Wrestling and AEW, not AEW and WWE. That's my opinion, folks. Bonkers, GMTA, great lineup on paper, but 6 out of 10. I'm with Crispy. I'm going 6. This show should have been an 8 or a 9. It should have been easily an 8. You had enough there, enough substance there. I thought I'm not going to go through the whole fucking list again. I've done it like 6 times. My fingers are getting sore. Pause. But yeah, 6 out of 10 on delivery. I feel like you under-delivered on a lot of regards. And again, I'm curious. You got me curious about the Masked Man. All right, the lights flicker. Something happens to MJF. You have to go back and touch on that. But you went back and touched on Moxley and Swerve. Great, great. You're building the anticipation for Moxley and Swerve. That's a heavy showdown. I almost guarantee it ends in a draw. I'd actually put really good money on that match going to a draw because, Moxley doesn't like to lose. So I look at this as a missed opportunity. Again, Adam Copeland was your big signing. Oh, ha, ha. We got him. We got him from the WWE. Ha, 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 ha. You build this story, you build this story, you build this story. And the biggest thing in the story ends up being Nick Wayne's fucking mother. She's got it going on. I keep saying it, but I don't want her here. This is not right. Christian Cage versus Jay White. Oh, stop it, Richard. I'm not in the mood. 6 out of 10. I'm with you. Someone should put Tony Khan in a new shot, in a nut shot induced coma. The new term of the night. Nut shot induced coma. The double is Adam Cole. I'm 100% with you. I have no doubt of that. The double has to be Adam Cole. It has to be. Now, my buddy Nick thinks it could be MJF. Now, he did soften on that standpoint. But tonight actually made me feel like, wait a minute, that's a very MJF thing to do. Right? Crack the bottle over his own head, lay out, and then pretend, oh, sorry, I couldn't wrestle. But I really think the company, Tony, You got to go back. You got to go to the back. You've done all these segments with MJF in the medical room. Why didn't you go back to that tonight and touch on it? Man, I can't believe who jumped me. Did you see them? No, I don't know. It just hit me. The bottle broke. Well, didn't Adam Page have a bottle? He did. Sell us, trick us, tell the fucking story. Stop going from point A to point B and acting like there was nothing in the middle. That's my problem. But yes, sorry, I ranted on your comment. I still think it's Adam Cole. I'm 100% convinced it's Adam Cole, especially now that Roddy's up and walking again. It all kind of fits. Wardlow, FTR, and Spear. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, it's the Pinnacle. Yeah, that would be fucked to me. I really hope it's not. The Pinnacle didn't work the first time. But, I mean, again, like maybe it gives them some purpose, but it would, to me, there has to be some payoff of MJF and Adam Cole at some point. And maybe I'm crazy about this. Maybe I'm overanalyzing the wrestling. But AEW's biggest storyline in 2023 was Adam Cole, MJF. Their buddy relationship, all the vignettes. There needs to be a payoff of one way or the other, right? They're either friends forever or they hate each other and they're going to brawl. And usually it's the latter. But I've seen the Pinnacle rumor. I don't know. I want AEW back. Yeah, right? What happened to the cool, hot, firing, surprise-worthy, big matches, big upsets? It's just not there anymore. Casey, what's up? Maybe it was good. I've been working and missed it. It wasn't bad. It just didn't deliver. On paper, tonight was stacked. There was too much of every single match ended up in a brawl. Like not a brawl, but like in a fight outside the ring. Every single match went to the floor. 3 of the 4 matches went over the guardrail. The countouts are sometimes we count, sometimes we don't. The main event was it just was a match. Like to me, it was just a match. It was just there was nothing to it. Wasn't a big deal. I'm sick of being let down by AEW. This is where I think we're at going into 2024, Boston, my friend. I think a lot of people are like, I don't love this. I think you get your hopes up as a fan, but that's where people are buying less tickets. That's where people are tuning in less. People will just wait for the replay or check on YouTube for little clips. Yeah. Tonight, I am let down as an AEW fan. The double is Sean Spears. That would be a popcorn fart. Not good. Adam Cole, 100%. Not the double. I like it. I like that there's a debate. I will give them credit, but I think they could do more to make it more interesting. It's very simplistic storytelling at best. Black Scorpion. Oh, could it be? Could it be? That would be the best shit ever. The mask comes off. Woo! I would fucking die. Faint. A faint live. Yeah, I would have to put a wellness call and make sure I'm all right. It's only Anderson. It's one of the Von Erichs. We're going to find out next week. The devil will be a failure and Stone Cold Rikishi moment. Yeah, I did it for The Rock. It could definitely have that vibe, JW. It definitely could have that vibe where it just, again, if you don't do it right, it's not good. Gianni just throwing them all out. Right? It's Omega. Could be. Mark. Killer beard. AEW lacks storylines. Tony wants it like New Japan. Yeah, I get that. And I would argue that I think some people are overlooking, like, there is story in New Japan amongst the tournaments and shit. Think about it. Like the Bullet Club shit came out of there. Like the Bullet Club would never have been what they were, but there was always some type of angle, and some type of rivalry. Okada hated this one and this one turned on that one. Like there wasn't a lack of that. I mean, I think maybe to a lesser degree of the, kind of the WWE vibe, but you're telling stories. Like tonight, they marqueed one of their stories. Just to me, the stories are very childish, very immature, and just don't deliver on anything like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. Was anyone out there going, holy shit, when she threw that belt shot tonight? Nobody. right? I don't think it. And if anyone's like, that was the best shit ever, Nick Wayne's mom turned, I didn't see that coming. Well, it's not my fucking problem. Thank you, my guy. Thank you. Beard, recognize beard. If the ending of the show was in WWE, people would trash it. Well, it's in AEW, and like we do on this channel, we trash everybody if you're trash. We give marks. But this is where you see me get defensive with fans. If you're going to come on the streams and just shit on one company or the other, you got to own it, right? Like I noticed there's a couple people that love to come to this chat during WWE shows that are very quiet right now. Because what do you say? What is your argument back? Oh, that was way better than Raw. Dynamite was not better than Raw or NXT this week. Sorry, it just wasn't. It just lacked. It lacked all of what we want. Yeah, decent matches at best. Big names, decent matches. What else we got, folks? I'm gonna make it last call. So get your last thoughts, your last feelings. If you haven't given me a rating out of 10, get it to me. Bad booking, bad storytelling. Yeah. Again, it's just an abundance of riches, right? It's like walking into a restaurant and you can see all the ingredients. And I keep using this analogy, I can't help it. But you see all the ingredients the chef is about to use to make your food. You're like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. And then you go sit down and your food comes out and it's just fucking a mess. It's not like everything tastes bad, overcooked, undercooked, not cooked. Like it's just, yeah, that's what this continually feels like for me is Tony's got all the fucking ingredients to kill it. And then he doesn't. And tonight he could have killed it. Tonight was stacked. The big company is putting pressure on you because they're picking their game up. Mr. Triple H is trying to get better every week. And we're going into WrestleMania season. AEW's got to pull up their socks. They need to really talk to each other because that was Edge and Christian involved in that angle. And Edge and Christian looked at each other and thought, yeah, this is good. Let's do this. That's what blows my mind. You know, like there was ways to do it. Even if you don't like the Nick Wayne mom angle, there was ways to do it. You know, maybe Nick Wayne pops up. I know he got Concerto, but you know what how it is, kayfabe. But there's a reason for the distraction, and then it's more of a slide in, and it happens quicker, and it has like a fucking moment of like, oh, but yeah, I don't know. It just lacks for me. Appreciate it. The Bullet Boys and the Bullet Club are so crazy. Yeah, I don't know what you're on at all. Where's James? No AEW lacking hard. I'm with you, James. I really am with you, man. And again, this is coming from a fan. This is a guy that started a YouTube channel because of AEW, because he wanted to defend AEW against the Jim Cornettes of the world. Now I sound like Jim Cornette on most fucking streams because I'm pissed off about what we're getting. And again, it's fair criticism because when they do good, I'll tell you they did good in as far as my perspective goes. And I don't expect everyone to have the same taste as me. But ultimately, when you see that, guys, you got to question it. You got to wonder, like again, long-term storytelling. The fact that anyone even has that is the intro of their stream and blows my. You know why AEW is better? Long-term storytelling. Yeah, if you fucking write with crayons, still, it's not good. It's a pop-up book version of storytelling. It's shit storytelling. 6.5 out of 10. 3 out of 10. I don't know how AEW is making any money. Well, we don't know that AEW is making any money. And that's like Dave Meltzer quite twice this week has gone on about the revenue, the gross, not the revenue, the gross. I don't care how much money Tony Khan makes at the end of the day. I don't care. I just want the company to stay afloat. But telling me what they're grossing means shit to me. What are they actually making is a different story. We don't know what he's spending. We know he's spending a fortune on music and talent alone. So, what is his expenses versus gross? That no one's talking about that yet. 3 out of 10. Like I said, I'm going to give it a 6 tonight. I don't think they failed completely. There was enough in there that at least half of it worked for me. A lot of bad finishes, a lot of repetition. I think if you look at your format and you go, okay, this match is going to end up in a roll up, you can separate them. We're not going to go back to back to back roll ups. We're not going to have everybody go up to the floor and get in a scrap. We're not going to do the same shit in every single fucking match. And I think they dropped the ball huge with the MJF thing. I think if MJF, when we don't get that match, when we're like, oh, fuck, they're not going to do the match, that was highly disappointing because I was really looking forward to the match somehow helping the angle. But when you don't give us the match, you at least have to go to the back and give us more story. Why? Okay, we've seen other people get hurt and still find it into the ring, but go back, talk. I want him in the medical booth. I want him and Joe interacting. Give us more clues. Do something. But it just went away. It didn't matter anymore. But we got Riho. We got Riho. Nah, I don't care. Yeah, winner is coming next week, folks. Yeah, I'm gonna pack this one up. Travel back in time a year until someone will get Edge and Christian, then tell them the finish will involve a random scrawny child's mother. My man, welcome, or my friend, I guess it would be wrong to assume. But yeah, if you told me, I mean, all week when they said, you know what, we're going to do Edge and Christian in Montreal, I was like, man, this is going to be amazing. Like, these guys are going to put on a fucking show. And instead, the priority, the focus ends up being Nick Wayne's mom. Yeah, I can't get behind it, guys. I can't. Yeah, it's bad when Jim Gordon is right. Yeah, it's when you start agreeing with the guy, like I literally would hate listen to him. This motherfucker, this guy doesn't know shit. And then by the end of it, I was like, oh my God. Like nowadays, I still listen to all the podcasts I can. Listen to Busted Open today. Dave LaGreca has lost his mind some days. But at the end of the day, I want to take all the wrestling and I'm a big fan of it all. But just be honest. And I still think the AEW fan base needs to be more honest about what they're seeing on a weekly basis. All right, Richard, really just how much can we make KJ Reed before he quits? Please, Tony Khan, get Beth Phoenix out of this. But again, Beth Phoenix showing up to beat up someone's mom who's not a wrestler doesn't really great. All right. Beth Phoenix beat up Nick Wayne's mom. Fuck. All right. Where we at a PTA meeting? I think Raw was the best show this week. Then NXT. Not that AEW was bad, but all the roll-up pins and the endings hurting Dynamite today. Listen, it is what it is. Some weeks Dynamite's better than others. This week, 100% Raw and NXT, for me, were the better shows. And I watched them with you guys. So we'll find out what Impact brings tomorrow. We'll find out what SmackDown brings on Friday. I don't know. Collision might get a little bit overshadowed by other shit, but we'll see. I feel AEW skipped the double storyline this week by having no match for Joe and MJF, but I get it. Since MJF is legit hurt, it probably won't wrestle until World's End. That's fine. That's fine, Richard. Again, people will say that. Well, he can't wrestle and da-da-da-da-da. But then you have to follow up that story. You got to thread that story through your whole show. You got to go back and address it. You got to give us more. We were expecting a match. And a lot of fans, I think, myself anyway, we're looking forward to that match. We're looking forward to that tag match. And we didn't get it. We didn't get it. Follow-up needs to be a cage match at World's End. I think it's going to be something like that. And I really, really have a strong feeling that Beth Phoenix will be involved. Yes. PTA meeting, let fight over the dip. TK should have capitalized on the Punk heat 100%. Listen, that will forever. That might be like when we watch the documentary of AEW, that whole Punk saga and how it all played out and what could have been done and wasn't done. I think that's going to be a very pivotal part of the story of AEW. Don't listen. Don't start with Karen. I don't want to hear that shit right now. I'm not a full-time wrestler anymore. Not necessarily untrue. I could get behind Nick Wayne's mom. Literally. Yeah, no, enough of that. All right, bro. On that. Thank you, folks. Remember, we are here 7 days a week, almost every single week. We are the channel for fans by fans. We are the wrestling friends that you can't find in your real life. I thank everybody for being here tonight. We are back tomorrow. Anthony, Luna, we got Impact. We're getting down to the last Impact shows ever, perhaps. But I thank everyone for joining us. I thank everyone for being a part of the show. Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on, and it's sad that she will be the most talked about thing tomorrow and tonight about this show. It's a little disappointing, but come back. We got more wrestling for you. Until next time, we see you on the flip side. Good night.